Well, welcome everybody.
What's up?
Oh no!
Yeah. Look at this panel tonight. This was unexpected surprise though. It's great to see you, Dan. It's been a while. How you doing, man?
I'm doing really well, man. Thank you.
And we got John returning to the show, who was last with us when we looked at DLK Owens Pit, which was very fun streams. And Jeremy, Lord Crackhead, guys? Good to see you, man. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And also, I've got my brother in arms here, which I cannot seem to do a stream without, but that's how it is, Mr. Sean Ahrendt.
I'm like the clap.
That's what it is.
Damn.
Yeah. You just can't get rid of it.
Nah, I just itch.
We had Past Master Dan was the very first one, even though I see Rob Arnold's claiming he was the first. But I just had to say it. Past Master was here first. Just so everyone knows. And
Rob's always trying to steal number one from a fan. It's just not right.
Yes. I love you, Rob. Love you. We got Robert Shepard, Adam D. We got a lot of new names in here that I haven't seen for a while before. So if I pronounce them horribly, I apologize. Andrew Taz, I'm going to say, is what it is. Henry Chinesky. God, I suck. Yeah, that's so bad. NTM, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
Hey, man.
Jasper playing nines in the house. Alex Verb. Yeah, it definitely was too. Like I saw the numbers just popping up. Well, I'm sorry we're late too, guys. Like everybody popped in the chat and it's like we were trying to catch up and it's fun. It's one of those things. It's hard to break
while we're just starting out and we're young and fresh. If everyone will please share the link to the stream out, that would be great. Put it on your social media, your Twitter, your Facebook, and we'll see if we can get some new eyeballs on this channel.
Throw a Super Mario hammer all on that like though.
Yeah, see, John's professional. He knows how to do it. Like I always get caught up in the glitz and the glam of doing a show, and he's just like
all the spotlights.
Yeah, and I completely forget to promote. Eklund Nemo? I don't know if I got that right or not. Let's see, Daniel Russell. Good to see you. Good to see you. Robert Shepard. Chauncey, my man. Yeah. F off well read. Hey.
Good
to see y'all. Yeah, I don't know if I'm able to get to everybody because a lot of people jumped in from Fraga's stream. So we really appreciate that. Michael Green.
Well, Mike.
Did I say Jasper playing 9? Nicholas Greer? No,
that'd be a good name. Like if you're a pothead, change your last name to Green.
I got a buddy who's an editor. He's a film editor whose last name is Green. And
John Green.
I know. I have somebody, a buddy whose last name is Garsha. His last name is like Garsha Vega. So I was close.
That's cool.
I dig it. What's up, Phil? Good to see you, man. All right. Mike McMahon too. Hey,
what's up, Mike?
Good to see you, brother. It's been a second. Eric, man, yeah. Thank you so much for everybody joining us. It's a pleasure to see you all here tonight. We're gonna jump into it because I got a stack of comic books I want to get into, and I don't even know if we're gonna be able to get into them all. But welcome to Appreciating Comic Book Art Live. This is episode, I think, 6. And it's been so awesome to have you guys on throughout the time, to all the guests I've had on to look at the art and give opinions and really dive into this stuff, because I've said it before, like this is stuff from my childhood. These are all the artists and books that inspired me over the years and made me want to do what I'm trying to do now, which is be a comic book artist and create. So it's a pleasure to have you guys all here. And tonight we're going to be looking at one of my favorites, one of my second first second loves. Jim Lee was my first love, but when I came on to Rob Liefeld, I mean, my world changed.
What?
Yeah. Let's not. Yeah. Let's not clip that one. Yes, Jeremy, I know you're gonna. Yeah, let's not do that. But
I promise I won't. Wink.
When I found Rob Liefeld, though, when I was a kid, my world literally changed. It really did. Like, there was something about his style of art, his character design, everything that he put into books was completely different than what I saw, and it really was one of those things that changed comics.
Everything changed, and anyone who tells you different is just lying.
Yeah, he said it himself right there. He knows. So I'm gonna change my camera here for a second. Go ahead and talk amongst yourselves, and we'll get rolling on this.
Yeah, when I discovered Rob Liefeld as a youth, my life changed too. I started dropping the soap in the showers a little bit more often. I'm like, maybe I should experiment. Maybe I should question these feelings. Where they take me.
Embrace it.
You don't know what you hate until you experience it sometimes.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Or what you like.
Yeah, I did not expect that one, but I like it. I like these personal stories, how it all changed us. Rob,
for me, I almost like. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, the first one of the night, I knew it was coming. Charlie said, "Rob Liefeld don't know how to draw anatomy and background. Sorry, but fact." You know,
it's a style thing, man. It's a choice. Yep. I've seen. Here's the thing, man. I've seen Rob draw, and he knows how to draw things perfectly fine. He was in class with Marshall Vanruff, a wicked teacher. Rob chooses to draw the way he draws because that's the way he chooses to draw.
Yeah,
truth.
Yeah, so you know him personally, Dan, and you too, John. So you're saying that's more of a stylistic choice as opposed to him not knowing proportions.
Correct.
Right.
All right.
Oh, he absolutely can draw correct.
Yeah, I've seen him post like really badass drawing, like in terms of like high grade art quality drawings. So
yeah,
but it doesn't matter to me. I've always enjoyed his work and his backgrounds, the simplicity of the design and a lot of the aspects. So which I'm sure we'll be seeing. Maybe not so much here, but it kind of gets broken down a little bit more as we progress. But if we're going to start here, does anyone want to give kind of like, well, Dan's the historian. Dan, you want to kind of give a fast forward to get us to this point, like on who Rob is and where he kind of started at?
Sure. Rob, born of a Baptist minister back in October of 1967, to be October 3rd, I could be wrong, but I believe it's October 3rd, 1967. And got bit by the comic book bug. Big fan of John Byrne, George Perez, so much so that at Creation Cons he would go to these conventions and hang out with George Perez, befriended him. If you listen to the Robservation show, you can get some of this information. Rob was smitten by comics, did some of his own stuff in Megaton, did a Boris the Bear pinup in one of the issues of Boris the Bear in 1986. Got hired by Marvel and DC, but the Marvel stuff he got hired by Marvel first, but his stuff from DC got in print first. He did some Marvel Universe drawings, Zodiac characters. Then went over to DC to work on Hawk and Dove. Finished up Hawk and Dove. Had headed over to Marvel afterwards to do a What If Wolverine had been an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. It's What If number 7, came out in August of 1989. He was also assigned the art chores on Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 23. Also did the New Mutants Annual that same year. Did fill-in on X-Factor, fill-in on X-Men, and then started working on the New Mutants. I met Rob right after he had finished the New Mutants Annual, so it was right in between when he got New Mutants.
Now, when he did work for Megaton, was that when he did that? Was it just an ad for like an early version of Youngblood?
That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
A pinup.
So before he got hired at Marvel and DC,
Yeah.
like he was already kind of eyeballing doing some form of
there's
Youngblood.
even a piece out there of Youngblood that Rob had penciled, and I think George Perez had inked.
Yeah, what company was it? He worked for
Megaton.
Megaton. Yeah, thank you.
Megaton.
here's
I have a piece of his first published piece. I tweeted it tonight. It's on my feed there.
Oh, I'm gonna look for it.
And one of the
It's Youngbloods. It's the Youngblood piece, the pinup.
Oh, it's a good one too. So a couple of the unknown things that Rob had done, and I only know this stuff because when I moved to Southern California to work for him, that's where he grew up. Like I moved to his hometown, basically. There was a pizza place, that Top Class Pizza, where it's got a picture of the owner holding up pizza. Rob had drawn their logo. It's still on their napkins and pizza boxes today. That's before Rob turned pro, but he drew that. And there was a comic store called Adventureland Comics, and all the little flyers that went behind he had done that too. So that's like some of those, hidden gems if you're like a completist.
Simon says that when you get the new deluxe edition of Youngblood, you also get the first Youngblood comic he did before he got picked up by the big two.
That's cool.
That's cool. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Really cool. I didn't know about that.
Yeah, so I just got a random selection of books here, and I wanted to start with farther back that I could go, because I like to show kind of when we're doing like a kind of a career look. We did this with Mark Silvestri too a couple weeks back when Shelby Robertson was on, and I like to look at like some of his farther back work and then just see kind of how they changed, progressed, all that kind of stuff throughout the years.
Yeah.
And so New Mutants 87 was one of the books I wanted to start with, because
look at all that anatomy and background. How dare that person?
I know. Is it Charlie? Where are you at, Charlie? There we go. Charlie. Yep. There we go. Definitely right. It's fine, because art is subjective, and you're allowed to not like somebody's art, and it's completely cool.
And there's Fabio on the left. A CG icon.
You guys, I found a tasty treat. I don't mean to interrupt, but I found
like a
Wait, can you say that like Fabio? I found a tasty treat.
I did. Okay, you guys, I have found a tasty treat. Check this out. You guys are gonna love this. You guys are gonna love this since we're doing this. I'm actually like hardcore going into the stash. Okay. You guys ready? This is a Joe M. Sontag.
So is this the Fraga Boom
Good. Thank you. I'm glad you've done this. I'm glad you've done this. You'll notice that the back of this is got like Sharpie through it.
Yeah.
These are the pencils.
Oh no shit!
Oh damn!
New Mutants 87, guys.
Oh,
I have
right there. Wow.
I have photocopies of the entire issue, and see that's him spotting. You can see the Sharpie in the back. That's him spotting blacks to see if it'll work that way or not.
Nice.
This was. See, look at all that Sharpie. But yeah, this is
history.
This is the pencils.
Dude, that's awesome.
So no Hillary Barta. This is the way it looked when he penciled it. And then also, look at this Youngblood press release.
Oh yeah.
We got this one's not an image a lot of people see. Youngblood.
Oh yeah,
That's
nice.
for a preview or something, right? Or
yeah. Early Spawn logo. This was for the Spawn press release.
Oh,
This is the Spawn cover without the Ken Stacy on it.
That's awesome.
Original Wildcats logo.
Oh wow, I've never seen that before.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I totally interrupted your flow, but
No,
wait
love
a
that
second,
kind of
look at
stuff.
this.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Pencils, first appearance of Caleb.
Man.
Oh wow.
With
Dude.
even the X's for the black, and look at that.
Mhm.
That's so crazy cool.
Isn't that fun?
That is awesome, man. That is so cool.
All right, back to the.
So
art
I see what
schedule
you're
program.
saying. Like when he wants to, he can draw proper proportion and anatomy. Yeah.
100%.
And you come from an era here when he started drawing where you wanted to exaggerate stuff too. You're showing energy. John and we talked about it a ton with the Dale Keown stuff.
It is a comic at the end of the day.
Exactly. It's a comic at the end of the day. You know, you got to show action, you got to show energy, dynamics, all that kind of stuff. Man, these pages are hard to turn. I'll say that.
Sticky.
All the semen in between.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, it might be. It might be. Like I said,
I like that you use like a second print instead of like a crispy, like, you know.
Oh, dude, I've got so many
reading copy. Yeah,
I've got so many reading copies. In fact, one of the books I'm going to show in here, I think is pretty beat up, or maybe it was in the stack that I chose not to use. I don't know, but yeah, I've got so many like just reading copies. But yeah, I just wanted to flip through this real quick because, you know, it's one of the earlier works of Rob. You know, he kind of come into his own after the whole Hawk and Dove. And if you look at the Hawk and Dove work, it's Rob, you know, but it's not quite Rob yet, if that makes sense. You know, just being like kind of his first
early
work.
Rob. Yeah.
Finding himself.
And this stuff was a little bit.
It was restrained because Carl Kiesel, who's an artist himself, came in and kind of, you know, moved edges around. It's like looking at McFarlane ink by Bob McLeod on like the Amazing Spider-Man 298, and then when he gets to 300, you're like, that's Todd, you know.
Yeah.
Now this page has meaning to me, Strife, because I believe this is the page where I grabbed an ink pen. I didn't know anything. I didn't know any better. I just started ink penning. Like, that's how cool that was to me. I just started going over the lines with ink pen.
Nice.
Well, this started right on the comic. I was like,
this page has a special meaning to me too, John.
Oh, okay. Cool.
The way that I got sort of in Rob Liefeld's periphery was I used to have this live TV show, but we did these pre-taped segments. This is back in '89, and the first time I met him, we did this portfolio review. But my buddy Mike Gomez, he still has it too. Rob used to do character designs on loose leaf paper. Anything, I mean, I still have that habit. Any piece of paper that's around, scraps of paper. And my friend and Rob was selling these sketches, layouts. Like dude, now is the time. What the fuck? Now is the time. You know, I feel like, you know, in Signs, when he goes, oh, all the water bottles and shit, and then like it worked out that the aliens didn't like water bottles.
Right.
Swing away,
guys. I have stuff. That's like super artifacts, right? Like,
hey, no time like the present.
Yeah.
No, you're gonna love this. This. See how this? You're gonna want to make this screen big. I'm sorry for hijacking again, Joe.
Do it, man.
See this? See how it's in a top loader?
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are originals. These are original layouts to New Mutants 97.
Wow.
And I'll get back into that story, but check it out, dude. He did it. He'd do it on copy paper, right? And then look at this. Look at on the other side.
Yep. Oh, jeez.
These are the originals. This is like ballpoint pen over pencil, and then he'd blow them up. But I have look at how many I have. I have like.
Wow, he's doing pretty big layouts. That's incredible.
They're 8.5 by 11. Yeah, well, he eventually went smaller and smaller and smaller as he went.
Okay, right? Because I was blowing up the tiny thumbnails.
Yeah, he eventually went to about that big. But when I met him, this is how he did it. This size, big as my head. Half of a basically copy paper folded in half. So sorry, rewinding and going back. My buddy Mike bought
What's up, Shelby?
What's up, Shelby? You should get him in here.
Shelby.
You should get him up in here.
Yeah, I'll throw the link.
Yeah.
He's about 3x4 now, says Shelby.
Yeah, exactly. They're like postage stamps now.
Yeah.
But my buddy Mike happened to draw his character design of Strife. Like the very first drawing he ever did of Strife. And it was like $60. And then like when you're a kid, we were like 16 years old. $60 is still a lot of money, but my buddy Mike bought it. It's probably worth dumb money now, especially if Strife is ever in a movie. Holy fuck.
Or if Kirkman hears about that, he'd be like, that's mine. I want to buy it from you.
My buddy Mike will never sell it.
Smart man.
He'll never sell it. But it was on the back of Rob's personal stationery.
Well, Mark.
Mark.
And what's up, Mark? it was on the back of Rob's personal stationery. So it had his name, address, telephone number, and fax number. So I did what any good stalker would do.
Took it.
I stalked him.
You stalked Rob. That's how you got a hold of Rob?
Yeah, I called him. I called him up, and I said,
"It worked, huh?
It worked out.
Nice.
It worked out.
Shit, nice."
And the rest, you were living in the town though at that time?
No, man, I was living up near San Francisco.
Okay, all right. And then you moved down there to stalk him?
No. So I met Rob in '89. Called him a week later. Asked him if I could fax him. More of my samples as I went along. Kind of like your own private instructor telling you like try this. He was a good sport about it, and we basically became friends. I mean, I was more of a pest. But during that time, from '89, like his entire Marvel career, I talked to him like twice a week on the phone. So like, as this stuff was getting drawn, and as like Jim Lee was drawing X-Men and Todd was doing Spidey, I was hearing all of the stories.
Oh, that must have been awesome! Right there on the ground floor of that.
Crazy times.
So you went from Wayne's World to being living your dream. As a professional artist. That's awesome.
100%. That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
That was just like some great timing. And I love that story every time you tell it, Dan, because it's one of those fantasies. Like, you wish that was just the way it could always be. And just the time that it happened, back in the day, and when comics were starting to really boom, man, it was just like such great timing, such great. That's so awesome.
The ideal spot for any young artist would want to be in. Absolutely. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I saw somebody in the chat, forgive me because I can't remember who it was, said something about he thought that Jim Lee was not stealing, but taking the way that Rob would draw faces in the 90s. And I think that most of them probably took the way that, like, I would say maybe that Byrne was drawing faces. What do you guys think?
I know. In the case of each guy, McFarlane was into Michael Golden and Art Adams. Rob... If you want early Rob, look at Walt Simonson's Thor run. Okay? I know that sounds insane to people, but if you look at Walt Simonson, combine it with a little Art Adams and a little George Perez, you get early Liefeld. And all those tight teeth drawings that you see that he used to do, that came from a guy named Jorge Safino. JorgeZaffino, Jorge Safino. That's where you got that. Jim got his faces, and if you guys go find the Batman and the Outsiders annual drawn by Kevin Nolan, you can find Wolverine and Mandarin faces and Punisher War Journal faces that are literally one for one, like he was staring at that annual.
Yeah, Marat brought that up a couple of times, and he's like, once that happened, you noticed like in like the X-Men stuff, like when again the Mandarin, like, all right, because like Jim Lee's like Mignola, then Byrne, and then like Nolan lines for his stuff. So
and then here's the other, and I know we're talking about Rob, but a little Jim Lee break. Bob Harris, Jim Lee's editor, was sending Jim Weapon X pages by Barry Windsor Smith 6 months before anybody ever saw him, and Jim was putting them in his work. So by the time you saw Weapon X, you're like, who's this guy doing this sort of sloppy Jim Lee? If you've never heard of Barry Windsor Smith, what was happening was Jim was seeing the Barry Smith and putting it in his work before people. So he kind of like jumped ahead.
Nice.
What's up, Shelby?
What's going on, Shelby?
How's it going?
Hey, Shelby.
Hello.
Good to see you, my brother.
Hey, fellas.
What's up, my man?
So yeah, the looking at the New Mutants 87, that the Page of Strife. What was cool about that is early on you could see Rob's ability to do awesome character designs, and he's one of those guys that I think is probably one of the best at doing character designs. Whether they might be a shadow of another character or whatever, it doesn't matter to me. Like, there's just some real cool creativity in his stuff over the years. And jumping, like, when I think he made a big jump from the New Mutants into doing X-Force. I mean, I think you saw a jump in his art. I think he was starting to ink himself now in this.
Yeah, right around.
I think that made a big difference.
He got full control at like issue 98 of the New Mutants for like the last 4, I think.
Yep, exactly, 98. He had done a couple covers, right? But he was doing 98. That, guys, is a direct homage to George Perez.
The cover of the spread.
That double
spread.
Have you not seen it?
I might not have seen it.
I don't think I have. No.
It took me a long time to get into Perez.
I'm gonna find it and grab it for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'd love to see the inspiration behind that double pager. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Absolutely. Like Shelby's doing a little shilling here.
Oh, yeah. Got it.
There it is.
Look what I got.
There it is.
There we go.
It looks good. It does look good.
Beautiful.
How'd you like it?
Yeah, it looks so good, man.
Well, the inside.
How did I miss it?
Dude, I didn't break this open yet, man.
No problem.
How did I miss this, John?
Huh?
How did I miss this? When did you campaign this?
Oh,
well, that's the thing. He didn't.
It was just slide into my DMs.
It was a slide into his DM type of deal.
I got 79 pre-orders, and I'm almost sold out from 100 print. So it's doing very well. Doing very swimmingly.
Thanks, diabetes.
Joe, you can share my screen, and I have that image up here.
Oh, yep, there it is. Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay.
Dan, if you need a copy, I got an extra one I can send you.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, okay. I have seen that now that you say. And it's funny, when the first time I ever saw this, it was one of those blogs or whatever when they're talking about all the stuff that Rob Liefeld is quote unquote ripped off. And I seriously don't think people don't understand what an homage is.
Yeah, I know.
Hold it up already.
Yeah. Like I don't.
People have been doing homages for decades. It's just it's just something you do to honor an artist that you looked up to.
Yeah.
Since the beginning, man.
Bob Kane.
Yeah. Oh, and that classic stab where Shatterstar runs himself through to kill the guy.
Yeah.
That's right from Ronin. Mm-hmm. But again, I think they're awesome. I think they're done in a way where it's like, like sampling in hip hop.
Sure.
I mean, tips of the cap. I mean, I think that's something that has always been done in comics. Will probably always be done.
But look at those gestures that he does. They're fucking awesome. With the moving of the cape, the flowing in the hair.
A lot of energy.
Yeah, a lot of energy.
And the breaking of the panels, I mean, the way he does it was just always, just like a lot of the quote unquote image guys back in the day when they're at Marvel, kind of the way they would approach the panel layout. This kind of stuff that Rob would do, he'd do his entire career of like this kind of giant impact punch with the guy just flying and his head just whipped back. It was always cool.
Yeah, and then the border variation too, the big thick border, little. I don't know if that would have been more McFarlane inspired or at the time, Dan.
Possibly. I think probably. The one time he kind of broke convention was on Hawk and Dove 5, where he tried to do a sideways issue, and they slapped him on the wrist and cut his shit out and repurposed it and stuff. And I think this was him kind of breaking free, but even looking at, like I said, those photocopies, a lot of the Sharpie on it was him experimenting with which border to put the bolder outline around. So, but to specifically answer your question, yeah, I think it was probably Todd influence.
Yeah, and that sideways issue, I remember hearing something about that. His editor at the time, he got into an argument, but he was trying to tell his editor at the time the reason why he portrayed it that way was because apparently that had been portrayed originally that way by Eric Larson a few years ahead of time, and Rob knew that, and apparently the editor didn't. So, that's why Rob tried portraying it that way. He said, oh, this universe has been, in canon before, and this is how Eric did it.
Turned.
But,
yeah. And it was also his sort of homage to John Byrne had done an issue of Fantastic Four that way.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it was both an opportunity to do the John Byrne tribute, but also, like you said, canon.
Great exaggeration on here too.
Yeah,
like when you think about what's kind of lost in, even Rob's, more current art. Though I don't know, he's getting kind of funky now. But in the early 2000s, he really reeled everything in. But that kind of just that huge wide chest. I mean, you look at the shoulder length to the size of the head. I mean, that's like Cable with his shoulder pads off. So, but you don't see that kind. And also that design is so crazy, so out there. I still think Strife is one of the most underused characters at Marvel.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. He was one of my.
Yeah, they never did much with him, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just the design alone really got me when I was a kid. And like I wanted to see him all over the place. And they really did they use him much after like Executioner's Song? I'm not sure, honestly. But I wanted to point out with this, for one, feet, just throwing that out there. And two, I love how he uses the actual panel as part of the design of this page, where Strife is actually just stepping on the panel itself. I always thought that was extremely cool. And Rob's done that in a lot of his work. And even with, I think, was it Major X, he did a shot where the character was driving a motorcycle like up the side of a panel. It was supposed to be a building or something, but it was just going up the panel. I was like, that kind of stuff is just, to me, very inventive.
Dan, did you ink that one, or was that a Delso? The one with the bikes?
Oh, lost you.
Muted, Dan. No, nothing yet.
Yeah, Dan went ghost mode.
Oh, there, yep.
1, 2, 1, 2.
There, yeah.
Almost, you're really low.
Your mouth is moving, or no, what is it? Your lips are moving, but I can't hear what you're saying.
This Yeti is.
I'm not even
there. He is.
Numb.
Hello,
back
there
now. You're back now.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, this was this is when I knew Rob, but I wasn't at the studio yet. The guy. You're talking about if you're talking about Major X.
Yeah.
Major X, I had done a one that had a bike in it, but also another page that had Beast in it.
Yeah.
During this time, I'll tell you who was hooking up. It's not a boomer thing, Phil. It's a fucking Yeti mic, man. That if I take the other one, this J Labs one, I'm thinking of switching them out. What up, Replicator? Marat Michaels was doing a lot of assists during this era. Sometimes figures, sometimes backgrounds, sometimes a whole lot of it. New Mutants 100. You'll notice if you look at New Mutants 100, there's sort of like a funky style shift. It's because Marat was doing the figures.
Yeah.
I mean, those books are huge.
You can normally point out like when Rob is in and when Marat is in.
Yeah.
So
I love that
Marat's
Zero character.
Job, yeah, absolutely.
That Zero character is another one that's not utilized enough. He's so fucking cool.
Yep, he was.
I almost wonder if they opted not to use a lot of Rob's characters just for royalties back in the day, because he had a lot of them. To be spiteful. Yeah.
Do not appreciate this comic art. I thought you were going to talk about Sylvester.
We talked about Sylvester last time.
Yeah. Sorry, Jasper. I love this art because, it's little slices of all that shit. It's like Art Adams.
Yeah, if you're gonna host a class on how do you make $1 million in comics, like you need to talk about the people who've made $1 million in comics. So Rob Liefeld is one of those people. So if you guys aren't studying and trying to figure out what it is about Rob that has a large appeal to a lot of people, then you're really missing a great opportunity.
This would and also the other thing for people to realize, and a lot of people in the chat probably do, but it's contextual. This is when MTV was playing videos, and they were playing very fucking, big videos. This is 91, so you were listening to like Guns N' Roses and Baby Got Back and shit. When this stuff came out. So it was very much of the time, and everything was extreme and loud and like neon green and covered in slime during these times. So this was very much like the Zeitgeist this was pure angst when you saw it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, there's just something.
Look at
just something
Washington.
you know,
Go back a page. I'm sorry, Joe.
Yeah,
Look at G.W. Washington. What a badass fucking paramilitary character.
G.W. Bridge.
Sorry, G.W. Right. Bridge. Thank you. It's George Washington Bridge. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
I was just putting away the toys before I had to go through storage. I'm like, should I sit down and play with these or put these back in prestige order? I might have played with them for 2 minutes.
Look at dude back there in the snow, snow gear, man.
Yep.
Like those are. If you handed me those 2 action figures and I didn't know who they were, I'd make something of it because they're cool looking.
Like I said, designs, man, and Rob Arnold just saying, Rob's character designs are the best. And
they
sure what I said at the beginning of the stream, like he just throughout his entire career, at least throughout the 90s and stuff, when he was just pumping out character after character.
And especially that guy. I don't know if you could see.
Yeah, I mean, Deadpool. Once you get to Image, though, I mean, you think of characters like Prophet and...
You look at his roster of characters, it's deep.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is like the shoulder pads, the knee pads, everything that was on GW Bridge and Cable, like that was all new to Western superhero comics. Like it was such a different design because everything before that is just pretty much spandex, spandex. And then Rob started incorporating, the jackets over the spandex and extra straps.
That came from Appleseed, guys.
Right.
Oh,
right.
Yep.
Appleseed. That's why I think your choice of words was good, John, because I think both Jim Lee and Rob got copies of Appleseed around the same time. Because if you look at Extinction Agenda, all the tech of the guys in Extinction Agenda, if you look at Appleseed, they all got the little fucking head things.
Well, that's a Marat face. That's a Marat face right there, by the way.
Oh, that's for sure Marat.
Yeah,
GW Bridge in that close profile. The left looks like Rob. The right is Marat going in there.
That would be a little bit of Marat body with the Rob face on that GW.
Yeah, it's cool that you guys you pick that up pretty well. That's awesome.
Yeah.
They've been around.
It would have been cool to get Marat on here, too. Oh, go back. That's a Jim Lee ad.
Oh, the Spider-Man, the Punisher game,
yeah, the Punisher game. That's a Jim Lee. That's a Jim Lee, early Jim Lee.
Hey, Joe, go back one more.
Yeah,
that Dale Keown right there too.
I'm gonna show you. Go one more.
Back to the pages.
Yeah, one more. This is what I miss about comics right here. No, go forward one. The character specs. Yeah, I miss that. I miss that about comics right there.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah.
So
I've always had a thing for that.
Character bios and stuff. Like I love those old Marvel Universe guides where it's nothing but characters and character bios, the whole issues. I still have tons of those.
Nice. Cool. Well, don't worry because we're going to be doing them for Graveyard Shift and Godlike.
Hell yeah!
We're actually working on a source book. Like all the cards that we do for all these campaigns are actually drawn much larger. But that's with the intent that they will be in a source book too. Those same images. And then you'll know which cards you're missing out on by what's in the source book.
Nice.
I just want to point this out too. I thought Shatterstar was one of the coolest characters when I was a kid.
Yeah,
it's a travesty what Marvel did with that character.
Again, design. Look at the design, and there was nothing else out there like Rob's boxing headgear.
Fucking boxing headgear, dude.
And that shoulder pad, and I love that Rob never really cared too much about how this thing works in 3 dimensions, where we can obviously see the back end is just kind of floating in the air.
It just looks cool.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Cool. That's it. It looks cool in this instance, and then when it goes to another one, he'll change it just enough that it looks cool in that angle too.
Sorry for the glare. This is entertainment this month.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Look at that. That's history right there, fellas.
Got a Ziploc bag? How dare you?
Are you kidding? Well, I got
Ziploc.
I've had this since
Hey.
back for a while.
Did you have Rob fart? Do you have Rob fart in that bag, Sean? Or
Speaking of, if we get to 1,000 subscribers on Ahrendt stuff for our 100th anniversary show, I will be doing the fart in the bag thing. Homage to Shelby and Dan from the Extreme.
Over on
excellent.
Our 100th episode is coming up here soon. We're going to try to do something big for it. We have no idea yet.
Fart in a bag.
Yes.
Dutch freezer, apparently. Yeah, that ought to be good.
Yeah. Yes. By the way, to the question isn't he gay? And Marvel did turn him gay later on. I don't think it was ever made that he was gay or really much of anything during Rob's time.
No, not at all. So. Yeah, it was all later. Marvel just took that character.
Who fucking cares, man? Like at the end of the day, that's what you do with your genitals. You know what I mean? Like, how is that a character trait? You know?
Yeah. So
is that better? Does it sound better now?
Yeah. I thought
cool.
Hey guys, I want you to know. You guys all thought I like blondes. I like brunettes.
Oh, I thought you can say redheads.
I like brunettes.
I like brunettes.
I like brunettes.
Sorry, guys.
My girl's a brunette.
Yeah, mine too.
I'm down with brunettes. So this was one of the books that changed my life as a comic book reader and a want to be a comic book artist. Because, like I said, I was into Jim Lee, I was into Todd McFarlane, and then I found Rob Liefeld was like the third artist that I fell in love with. Those were like the trifecta for me when I started out in the early 90s.
My top well, it's my top 3, but Todd's my number 1. I've always had Todd at number 1, and Rob and Jim are always tied at number 2 for
there you go.
Of all time.
Are you talking about from the Image guys or all time?
All time. Those are my
all
top
time.
Nah, they're in my top 10. They're in my top 10.
How dare you?
A few of them are in my top 10, yeah.
Sorry, man. Michael Golden's number 1. I mean, you know. It's I have to say this. No Michael Golden, no Image Comics.
Yeah, that's all right.
No Ward Adams.
Right.
No,
absolutely.
No cave art, no future art.
I know. No Taco Bell, no Voltron, no poop.
Yeah.
Truth.
Yeah, it's probably a generational thing for me because it's probably like, Sylvester Keown, and then I've got Rob and Jim are always tied, like you said, John. And then, from that point on, I could interchange a lot of people depending on how the wind's blowing. But as far as when I was a kid, it was Todd, Jim, and Rob were the 3 guys that I was into the most. And when I got into Rob...
That's the correct answer, by the way.
Oh, shit.
When I got into Liefeld, it was during the early Image days. And it was one of those things like, when I was younger, I knew comics existed. I read comics. I didn't collect comics. So it was just one of those things. I see them at the store. I'd pick it up. Or my parents would buy me something for entertainment. I was always into Marvel. When I discovered Image, it blew me away because it was like a little bit more mature. We're talking a little bit more mature subject matter, the violence, like everything was upped. And it was really kind of one of those maturing moments, right? When you're like 12 years old and you're discovering action movies and you're discovering Image comics, and this was one of the books, Wildcats, Youngblood, Spawn, changed my life. It really did. And I'll have a love in my heart forever for these early Image books. And I've got a ton of different copies of every single Image, like first miniseries that they did. And I love everything about these books, from the cards that are in them to the way that they did the credits on the inside cover, as opposed to Marvel and DC were doing stuff on the page. The paper stock, just the smell of it. And to get a little weird, the smell of these pages are amazing. A little rant there, but
no problem.
Life changer.
Why is Silvestri in the description or something? Why do people keep thinking this is a Silvestri thing?
They can't read.
Yeah, we did Silvestri last time, guys.
Shelby was on.
Covered him.
Probably because they're expecting 6 parts.
Oh, that could be. Dale Keown's Pit was the only way we were doing 6 parts, and that was just because of the way we did, because of Pitt's 20 issues and all that stuff. But I don't want to do
timing too.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want to do every artist to have 6 shows on every artist. That'd just get a little boring.
Rob deserves it though. Rob probably deserves 12 parts, really.
Well, I'll tell you what. I have a stack of books here, and then I got a stack of books over there. I couldn't figure out which ones I actually wanted to go through.
You fucking missed out on the best one of all, though.
Which one I miss?
What if?
What if number 7? Thank you, Sean.
Oh, that's one I don't have.
That is the one that is the absolute fucking tastiest of tasty, man.
Yeah,
I get all gooey on that one.
Yep, there's one issue I don't have. One of these days I need to find it.
Yeah, it's right here.
There it is. Yeah. I used to own the original, the page 1 of that.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you?
I used to own it. Yeah, I have pencils. I have the Xerox of the pencil.
Open that up, Sean.
Don't threaten me.
Yeah,
well, you're saying it's the tastiest of tasty. Let's get a taste.
Go to the double.
Yeah,
pager.
let's see some of that.
Go to that double pager with Hulk and Wolverine.
Oh, that's a fucking classic.
Oh my god, it's so good.
And it smells just like mist and old comic booky. Am I too far?
Oh yeah, look at that.
No, that's pretty good.
Fucking
that's
shit
nice.
right there, dude.
Wow.
This is it. This is awesome. Scott Williams inks.
Valentino layouts.
Yep.
Dang.
Spread it open a little more, Sean.
Oh yeah, spread it open.
Spread it open.
Spread it a little bit more. Come on, JT, you got this.
Now this is what makes kids want to draw. Like every time I see stuff like this, it makes me just want to open my style right up and just get nice flat-ish tones in there and just really nice colors.
It's
great
so
coloring
good.
for the time too.
Is that Bob Sharon? Is that Bob Sharon? I'm going to say Bob Sharon. It'll be on page 2.
You're right.
Who is it? Bob Sharon?
I can't read.
Oh fuck! Hold it up to the screen.
Just show up.
Tom Vincenti? Oh no, colors. Craig Anderson.
No, that's the editor.
Can you just show up?
Fuck! All right, hold on. This isn't even.
Let us read.
Killing me, Smalls.
Hold it up. Hold it up.
There we go. I can't read it.
I can't make that out.
Just hold
it's
it.
blurry.
I'll figure it out.
All right.
There's a lettering at the top. Pencils.
Colors by Fig Newton.
Maybe I won't be able to figure it out.
Yeah, this is a task.
Always gonna get
Fred Vincent. Frank Vincent, or the one right below that? Dang something.
Dang Johnson.
Anderson.
I should just
Dang
pull mine
Anderson?
off the cover.
Dang winger.
All right, Dan, you're gonna have to pull this up.
I got
I'm
it.
gonna go get mine off of my rack.
I got it.
Yeah, this is huge.
Dude, I'm going for
Shelby's
the freaking
gonna ask you.
omnibus, man.
Look at Shelby.
Okay, Shelby breaking out the whole omnibus.
Shelby pulls out
omnibus.
Yeah. Shelby had to pull out his big, thick one.
God damn. Rob Liefeld Universe. I don't have those.
I know.
You don't have that, Malin?
No. Ordering
Amazon has it for like $60, dude. You
Go
get
on
it super
for it.
cheap.
It's a tax write-off.
Pull out that.
Which one is Joe's favorite issues? All of them.
Here you go.
Exactly.
So, colors is Tom Vincent. It says it
Never
right there.
heard of that guy. Never once heard of that guy.
Great colors.
They're garish as
Vincent.
fuck in that.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
I don't like the reprints because they
Glossy.
They fuck the colors up.
This is the page. This is the page Dan had. Right here.
Yeah, I used to have that.
Yeah, there you
I used
go.
to have that original.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it did look like 2 different color jobs completely.
Like an oversaturation on these. Like, I wonder if that's because they're on glossy paper though, instead of newsprint.
be, yeah.
That is absolutely, John. That is the answer. But the main problem is that these colorists, when they did it, they knew, and you can talk to old school inkers. They were such masters of their craft that they knew the end result. They knew how things would look once they were printed. So they worked a certain way. They worked a certain way to know that it would achieve a certain result. So like I brought up X-Men 205 on my channel. It's a Barry Windsor Smith. You look at that thing in newsprint, it's painterly. Like there's subtle blues and yellows that fade into each other, and it's gorgeous. You look at the reprint, it's these blotches of pink, blue, and yellow. Exact same blotches, but they're fucking garish as fuck.
Right.
Now, could that have something to do with this is something that I only just recently learned about too. The something about the K levels when you go to printing. I hear that if they're not right, that what's dark can come out much darker on print and stuff like that.
Yeah. And inkers also knew like certain fades and certain things would work different. Those are great shots. The only thing that Rob did that I was never a fan of is I didn't like his upshots of people, like when he would shoot up their nose. You know?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, it was.
Nostril shot. Yeah.
Yeah, and whereas his down shots, like these, especially when they're really small, like he always did like these really great tight figures. You know, if you look at X-Force #1 kind of stood out to me. Like Cable would be like that big, but you can see every little shoulder pad and also the stance, that kind of super arched back. Like it was so different from what other people were doing, so exaggerated. It was really cool to look at it, and you know, especially as a kid, and be like, damn, that guy looks.
As a kid, it was very grabbing to the eye. Absolutely, the way it was exaggerated like that. Yeah.
His 3/4 down though, like this, one of those, this angle or this angle, were always perfect.
Yeah.
Art T-Bear says Gail Kane rocks at the upshots.
Some of them, I'll tell you, the best upshots are Neil Adams. Like he even Gil tend to pig nose those people, you know.
Yes, that's Chapel.
Yeah.
One of the cool again, you know, jumping into Rob's character designs, and when he busted out with Youngblood, the amount of characters he had was insane, but the amount of cool characters he had that came out of it was even more insane. When you think of it,
they're all icons. Vogue is clearly Vogue. Chapel is clearly Chapel. Die Hard, you know, absolutely.
I mean, Bedrock, it started out as Bedrock, but Bedrock is still one of my the coolest characters, especially with as big as he was and all the gear that he could carry. There's another one of those great just power shots, power punches there.
It was gonna be before Badrock. There was one other suggestion, and it was Budrock.
Yeah,
it was, and
Budrock, BUD.
BUD, and when they did a trademark search, it turned out that Budweiser had owned the trademark because if they ever did like a concert series.
Yeah.
Okay, so wait, no, there are 3 names then. So there was Budrock.
Bedrock was first.
Then Bedrock.
Bedrock, Budrock, Badrock.
Oh, okay. All right. But Budrock never made print,
it didn't.
Right?
No, it was his second choice, and Badrock was third.
It's weird that he would have to lose out on Bedrock, though.
It's Flintstones.
Yeah, I can't believe that the Flintstones.
Yeah, but it's also
it's also a rock soil. Too. Yeah, it's soil, a part of the earth. Yeah.
I always thought that was
and he's made of earth or rock, you know.
Damn,
so
Charlie
it was
Lee.
Really perfect name, but he did do the Yabba Dabba Doom line. So.
A little too close.
Charlie Lee, man.
Lee
He says little kids draw better. You know what? Fine.
Liefeld's got a lot of haters out there. He does this, you know.
Yeah,
art's
but
subjective.
you know what? No, what it boils down to, guys, at the end of the day, we are not looking to be fine artists. We're looking to evoke emotion through interpretation of exaggerations, and at the end of the day, we're giving you our imaginations on paper.
No, I'm not even going to humor that like that. No, you're wrong.
No, you're not humoring it.
You show me a little kid that draws better, I'm going to give that kid a job today. Little kids do not draw better. As all of us being little kids and drawing during this time of our childhood, we are not better than Rob Liefeld was at any point.
Well, I talked about Tom Orzechowski. I was either on my stream a little earlier today, and he knew I was friends with Rob, and this was during the New Mutants time. And he said, I have a theory about Rob Liefeld and why he's more popular with the kids, and same with McFarlane, is that their style has this sort of achievability to it. You look at it and think, I could do that. And I'm like, well, fuck yeah. You know, like that's the point of it. It's exciting, but it also seems like something that you can aspire to do and perhaps achieve. It made you excited, and it was inspiring.
Yeah. He made every 14-year-old believe they could make it in comics.
That's right.
That's the thing. When you're a kid, you're not looking to see. You're not looking to see if this leg's a little bit longer than this leg and stuff like that. When you're a kid, you're just looking at stuff that catches you by the eye. You know what I mean? At least that's how I was when I was a kid reading comics. I didn't pay attention to stuff like that until I was well into my adulthood.
So let me take a little bit of a rabbit hole. I keep seeing people in chat say Jack's show with Dale Keown. John, what's going on with that?
This week, this Thursday on Anna That Star Wars Girls channel, we're trying to get Dale Keown to come on. So
yeah,
he said he wants to come on. So
that would be awesome. Everybody check that out.
That would be interesting.
If this was the digital era, when Rob did this double page spread,
yeah,
what my decision would be, like if I had laid this out and drew the way I draw, which would be I would have drawn Shaft as a separate layer and Badrock and Chapel and everybody would have had their layer. I would have pushed Badrock and Shaft back a little. I would have made Chapel slightly larger, because right now Shaft looks, just by the perspective of things, Shaft looks bigger. You know, like there is that slight distortion in depth. Everything is in its place and the composition is badass and the moment is conveyed. But in this digital era, I totally would have adjusted scale and size on these things to really blast Cable forward, Vogue forward, push Shaft and Badrock back a little bit.
I would put Chapel behind Badrock's arm.
Really?
So he'd look as big as the fucking building. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. I'm like, what is he gonna do? Ramp off a Badrock?
He's gonna fucking be the largest motorcyclist anyone's ever seen.
And now you gotta flip that shit. Yo, this flip that he's going into directly inspired Black Flag #1, the one that I'm working on right now. We start on.
Really?
Oh, we start on a newscast and we go into a big fucking loud ass sequence. There's a double picture after this.
Hey Dan, this half of the book, was this the half that was lost? Because I know that some of these pages are Eric Larson inks.
You could totally tell which one's Eric inks.
They're really easy. Yeah, Zipatone and all that shit. You could tell. Yeah,
but no, I mean, they weren't lost in his fire. If that's what you mean, because
no. Pre-production, there was a story that pages were lost in the mail, and so he had to redraw them. Like, my understanding is that Larson had to do some light boxing. Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow.
Not had to.
I didn't know that.
Like, that's a Larson page right there.
Which one?
Which one? This one?
No. It's the next one. It's the next one.
Yeah, it is the next one.
And look at the scale on combat to.
I fucking love it. I love it.
Yeah. Like that's what's really missing. You know, that huge exaggeration. That's the type of stuff. Exactly the type of stuff I'm trying to get back to with Godlike. That just hulking massive. That's a fucking, like, that guy walks in a room. Everyone he can't walk in a room. He's so fucking huge. Like, you gotta fucking notice. That's the great stuff. When I talk about McFarlane and Liefeld being the closest thing in my mind to true American manga, stuff like that is why. Also, the big flashy panels, the three panels on a page, like, they really got it when nobody else to this day still gets it.
Mercy.
Preach, man.
Andrew Taz, he said what we gravitated to was the energy, the amount of sheer line work and outlandish design, not the accuracy of the draftsmanship.
Exactly.
And that's what makes comic books great. Everybody, there's some fantastic artists out there that can draw quote unquote correct, but it's boring. I don't want correct and boring. I want over exaggerated, energy filled dynamics. And that's what I got
fun shit.
Yeah. Give me fun stuff to look at. That's all I want out of a comic book.
That's sort of punk rock, right?
I've always found realistic comics boring, dude. I can't invest in them.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch punk rock. The case.
You sounding like Charlie, sounding like Paul Scott right there, man.
Holy fuck, man!
Paul Scott,
Charlie,
greatest thinkers ever.
Charlie Lee, man. That there's so much, dude. You've had that haterade dumped on your head.
Oh yeah.
That is the weirdest fucking thing. No, man.
I think he's just trolling. Like,
Joe, if you go back one page,
it's ringing him up. But
I think so. I think you're right, man.
Yeah, if you go back one page on the left side, that is a Eric Larson page on the left.
Oh, for sure. That was Sentinel.
Okay.
Yeah, that's for sure an Eric Larson page.
Yeah, that's an Eric Larson page.
There's like one or two more, I think.
Yeah, I think there was 3 or 4 total.
Okay.
90s guns.
I can definitely see that now.
There's such a polarization. I happen to be on the love it side. You know?
Oh yeah.
No, that's another dumb comment though. Checkpoint. 90s guns suck. I mean, it's like saying sci-fi guns suck. Like Rob did great design. Again, different from everybody else. And I loved it that in the 2000s when all the school shootings were happening, someone tried giving Rob crap for drawing guns in comic books for 20 years, and he's like,
yellow hat guy.
I don't remember, but Rob's like, what are you talking about? Like, I drew vacuum cleaners. You know what I mean? Like. Right. You know, Rob wasn't out there glorifying, you know, the 9mm or, you know,
right.
M16. Like he was drawing fantasy weapons the entire time.
And that's what was
cool about high tech, sci-fi, futuristic stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yo,
I actually found it.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I actually found that when somebody drew like realistic looking weapons in comics, it wasn't as exciting as the futuristic stuff or like motorcycles or any kind of. Yeah, any kind of stuff they did in the 90s was always a little bit more futuristic, and that was way cooler to me than seeing somebody on a realistic bike or weapon or anything like that.
Unless you're doing like a period piece. If you're doing a period piece, then it's got to be accurate, obviously. But other than that, yeah, I feel you, Joe.
I want to say I want to give big love and props though to Brian Murray, who threw down colors on this thing. That's one of my homies.
Oh yeah.
I still talk to him, you know, a couple times a month, storyboard guru, but I mean, these colors are badass.
Brian Murray gave me my first taste of real comic book infighting, because I was at a convention in Novi, I think, when I was a kid, Motor City Comic Con, and Brian Murray was there. Image Supreme had come out, and I, you know, I'm a bright-eyed young man. You know, haven't yet learned to properly drop the soap in the shower yet. I remember I go up to Brian Murray and get my book signed, and I'm like, "What's Rob Liefeld like?" And again, I mean, I don't know, 14, 15, something like that. And he's like, "He's a fucking prick."
Yeah, they had a falling out. They still don't talk.
Yeah, and it's like it like broke my heart. I'm like, wait, what? Like that's where I started realizing there is so much more infighting going on. I was like, this sucks. Like and he was even like before I met Larson, and Larson kind of like made me really start to hate people.
Hey, you know, I mean, that's the thing is that everybody had their experience. I mean, I had there was a 15-year period I didn't even talk to Rob. You know, you know, we got through it. The thing you got right there, that's when there was a big change in Rob's stuff when he went into sophisticated stuff where John Sabal came on board. You know, Danny was doing his thing, but Sabal came on board and Kiko Taganashi came on board, and that's where things kind of leveled up in a way.
Kiko's one of the best colorists there is.
That's why I wanted to make a jump.
That book's I
was just saying that's why I wanted to make a jump from Youngblood 1. Because pretty much, like, I think after Youngblood 4 is when you saw a jump, and you know it was a little bit more clean. You know, he got with a Sabal, he got with Danny Mickey. Yeah, the Kiko. Colors changed.
You cannot, and as much
Kiko
as I
was a game changer.
Hold on,
thank you, Shelby. Yeah, Kiko. Every single one of us got moist for Kiko. You know, no, I'm like, if you look at Extreme Zero, which was the first appearance of any Black Flag character, he colored the cover. Art to Bear did the inks on that. You guys, unbelievable. The man made pink fucking awesome. You know, like you're like, how the fuck? You know, like, and there was, and he wasn't doing it in Photoshop. That's the other thing. He was doing it on a computer called a Cod Barrett, which was a coordinate based. It wasn't even a graphic interface. It was coordinate based. So he would look at a leg.
Yeah, Mike.
He would look at a leg. Yeah, peace out, Mike. Big love to Mike. He would look at the coordinates of something. There was no making a lasso. He'd look at the coordinates, define the gradient, and constantly put these slices of gradients on top of one another. And that's what he came out with. He visualized it in his mind and executed on a coordinate-based computer called the Cod Barrett. Guy was amazing.
Incredible. Yeah, you said it was kind of like what they made phone books out of, right?
Oh yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah. It wasn't supposed to be used for this. He came from Ollie Optics. Ollie Optics, if you guys don't know, I mean, I know you guys know, but some people don't know. Is the inception of computer color. They started by coloring Akira.
Yeah.
The American version of Akira, which came as 64-page bookshelf editions, 38 volumes, and Steve Oliff was hired, and he did this experimentation where he
Looks
colored it
great,
with a computer. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
And then this Kiko was one of his guys. Kiko was one of his dudes, and Rob wooed him over, brought him down to the studio, and everybody was just like, it's like getting Gandalf like a wizard in your fucking house every day, and you're like, that's just magic.
Yeah. I wanted to point out on the cover too that again, like if you guys don't understand that kind of true American manga, like, you know, here we have all these speed lines, kind of lightning effects going on in the background, but also what's this guy's name?
Nightsaber?
Yeah. Nightsaber. He's doing the Naruto run before Naruto.
Yeah.
Are we seeing the origin of the Naruto run? Wow.
There you go.
Wow, I'm sure manga is doing it in other places. But that is the kind of traditional, like, I'm running so fast, both my arms are kicked behind me. Like, it's not one arm forward, one arm back.
I love when my kids do it.
I was saying these positions were always, Rob could do it perfectly, but it was kind of like a staple of the 90s in my opinion, like this kind of like exaggerated flying in your face. You don't see a lot of that nowadays. Like
look how low the head is on the body. I mean, that's you know, that's the great fucking high dynamic art that you know really needs to be injected, and we need a meat injection back into this industry, right? Meat injection.
And I can say, I know for a fact that there's going to be a bunch of comics coming out in 2022. They're going to have that for sure from Comicsgate. So everybody keep your eyes open to that. So we got Danny Mickey and Jonathan Sabal jumping on, and you saw a giant change in the way that Rob's work was being done. It was a lot cleaner, a lot more crisp. This is probably my favorite era of Rob.
Yeah, really.
Well, I remember definitely like Youngblood by the time they get to 10, which is all in this same realm. Like that was a real high point for me. And that was something where I was trying to get to as well when I was working on Youngblood. I was just like, man, if I could just get back to Youngblood 10. But I mean, Youngblood Bloodsport, like with Yaki coloring over him on that as well. Like that first issue that came out, I don't remember how many pages, but just beautiful.
Yaki colored him so well.
Heavy detail with Rob at that time. Like Rob was just kind of reborn to go, I don't know, full Barry Windsor Smith, I guess, like with the hatching and it's looking fantastic. And the panel design was so fucking crazy again. And just one of those projects. And it was being written by Mark Miller, right?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Good time, Johnny. A few months ago, we had Ian on art and stuff. So if you go into the...
Did you really?
Yeah, it was a great time. Yeah,
shit, man! I haven't seen him in years, man. I inked a bunch of his pages on Coven. He's a hard guy to ink, man.
He's such good people. We were talking about like art and tools, but like for me, I'm like, what would you done with Coven if you had it in your hands? Like, oh, mate, and he had to tell us a story.
He gave us a complete rundown. Yeah,
that was fucking awesome. He's good.
Yeah, everybody check that out if you get a chance. It was a good episode having him on. It was fun.
Well, that'd been funny if it would have been funny if you would have kept saying Coven the whole time.
Yeah,
that American movie. I'm doing a film. What's it called? Coven.
Oh, look at that.
Shouldn't it be Coven? No, Coven.
See, no, that shit is just sick.
Look at that. All those guns.
That's just pure energy. Yeah, it's just pure energy. And this was when I made the shift from Lee to Liefeld. Was during this era of like Youngblood and like just this. Yeah. This is just so impressive to me. I mean, he worked with some great inkers. I mean, the colors were outstanding, but just his layouts, his designs, just crazy, just power energy.
It's exciting. Yeah.
I mean, I just poster level stuff in each book.
Hey Dan, what issue of Youngblood was Rob working on when Platt came over? Because I know everyone was biting off Steven as soon as he came over.
Oh yeah, you'll notice. I forget which issue it is, but you'll see like there's a lot more veins, a lot more debris flying off of people, a lot more veins.
I'm just curious because this book had a lot of that, and I don't recall him doing that much of it, in like 5, 6, and 7, I guess.
No, he does it right after here. Right
It's
after
heavy.
here. Dude, this is good shit. Look at that chapel, man.
Oh, I know. That's what I was saying. Like the face, Rob's faces during this
badass.
time,
Yeah,
awesome.
All that liquid just pouring out that mouth, right down that chin. I think about that often.
I was raised by the wolf. Shit.
Love it. There we go.
Look at that. It's fucking powerful as hell.
Yeah.
Those colors, man.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody doing it.
So good.
And I mean, I know people want to hear some Silvestri stuff. Silvestri's answer to Kiko was Brian Haberlin.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Haberlin, good stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, Haberlin went to Spawn, though, too, right?
He did.
He did after a while,
There's some issues. There's some issues of Cyberforce when Haberlin first started. I remember specifically there was a bar fight with a glass of whiskey getting hit and shattered glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean knows what I'm talking about. Where the glass looked like glass and the whiskey looked like whiskey and the ice cube looked like an ice cube. Like it was like everything had its texture and vibe to it.
And the snozberries tasted like snozberries.
That's correct. And we all were like, oh my God. Oh, Youngblood Strike File is Jay Lee. Hell yeah. Those are classics.
Yeah, half Jay Lee, half Life, which I got some in here. We're gonna
Dude,
look at
those Jay Lee ones were fucking on point. Man.
So much fire back then.
Which one of these days
look at that on the right.
I'm gonna do a Jay Lee stream too one of these days. He's definitely on the list to cover. Yeah, look at this. I mean, this page.
Saber. Well, I don't remember his name. What was his name?
I can't remember his name. Was it?
Task. Yeah.
Task. Right. That's right. Task. Yes.
Yeah. Wasn't Rob doing a project called Sword and Stone or something like that?
Yeah.
And
That's War Child.
Part of that? Oh, that was
War Child. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
right.
That was badass too. Yeah.
Oh yeah. What up, Raymond Leonard?
There we go.
What's up, brother? How you doing?
I know Ray.
Yeah, he did. I got that right here. Hold on. I'll go grab that.
Oh, I did a piece for Ray like 15 years ago, that Agent Solo, maybe
Very
20 years ago. It was a while ago.
I think we all worked for Ray at some point.
Yeah, the intensity of emotion in Rob's stuff is ever present. You look at Nightsaber there, and that dude looks done. You know, he's fucking fed up with whoever he's talking to shit, you know?
And again, those down shots that Rob does on that panel 1 on the page on the right, with the backside of Task, there's so much power in that stance, and it's so far away. Like it's great posing. Again, like if you guys don't take time to study Rob, you're fucking missing out. Amen. You're missing a real great
he does
trick.
Have good camera angles and good and good stuff like that. Like that, it is always a good shot to see. It does invoke that powerful stance, you know.
In this issue in particular, I was rooting for BlackRock. I dude. I actually I dug his design, like with the metal, like the all the metal stuff. I was like, that's what Badrock should look like. You know, after I saw that.
I wonder if that was Rob being maybe a little inspired by Keown at that time, doing some of the pit work.
Could be.
I wonder what the time frame is, because Keown had some of those pit characters that were getting decked out. So
Trollio.
I was going to point out the great use of negative space too here.
Yeah.
Just dropping out everything, just having the white pop that all out.
Yeah.
Just and then
actually hold up, back up, since you mentioned the
wow.
Let me get into that real
Werewolf.
quick. That's the only thing I would say on the colors for this sequence versus like even the previous page. Like the previous page, I think was absolute money on the colors, and I think because they weren't trying to render everything to white, whereas this page, almost everything, there's so much white being rendered in here, you lose that kind of color. Like even on Nightsaber's face and that second to last panel on the right, so much white on there. I hate white. I'm allergic to white. But if you look at the Badrock page to the previous, real quick, Joe.
No way.
That previous sequence, keep going. But that's actually pretty good. But when we were looking at that double page spread, like there was no white. The only areas where there was actual true white was in what's his name, BlackRock's eyes, I think. If you go to that double page, go to that double pager, Joe.
Oh, where he's okay, yeah. There we go.
Right. Okay. So yeah. So you got bad guy's eyes, but like even the teeth should be off white. But you see, they're not. He's not rendering to white on Badrock at all. He's using like a yellow or something like that. And, you got to stay away from white. And when you color with color, you get this beautiful situation. But when you start coloring with white, you just start bleaching everything out. It doesn't work the same unless you're rendering white itself.
What you got against jizz, John?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I support jizz rights.
Daniel says so.
Every day I'm out there supporting jizz rights. But yeah, anyways, that's the failing on the colors.
She said yes, guys. She said yes.
Well, that's right. The issue before this is when he had the self-drawn
proposal.
I always thought that was cool as hell when I was a kid. I was like, that's awesome.
Wait, Joy's a brunette?
All three of them.
Oh, incredible!
The anatomy is so off.
The anatomy is so cool, Charlie. I think that's what you meant to say.
Charlie's. Oh, look at that, man! That was a poster. We had that. That never happened though. It was supposed to be Kurt Busiek.
Oh, really?
I remember that. That poster in the office.
Oh, yeah. I have an uncut sheet with this. So many missteps. Like there was supposed to be a Jim Shooter, Liefeld Youngblood. There was supposed to be a Kurt Busiek.
He reworked it for I think it was Genesis.
Was it?
I think it was Arcade. It was either Genesis or Imperial. One of those. John's just
halfway.
Same thing here though too with the whites, like because they're rendering to white again. I think that's kind of the failing of why this doesn't get that richness when you look at that previous double page spread. And I think that you can find that almost all the time with colors. When they go to white, it starts to fail. Dale Keown, I think when the pit run we talked about that a little bit.
What? I didn't even mean to click on that.
I love Charlie Lee, dude. I fucking love him, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, we talked about that quite a bit on the pit stream of what you're talking about, John. Yeah, that's why I like having you on talking about colors too, because
that's all right. We'll talk about Charlie Lee. Let's talk about him. I'm gonna take a backseat. Go ahead. Let Charlie Lee run this.
That shoulder is off. Yeah, but it's a powerful shoulder.
It's dope as fuck.
Oh, dude, I heard that cork, man. Now I can't run upstairs and get some, folks.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I think this piece was Don Skinner. Wasn't this one of Don's first pieces when he came over?
No, Don had been around before this.
Was he around a bit?
Yeah, but this might be Don. You might be right.
I think it's Don's colors. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. It's Andre Kromoff.
Yeah, Dre.
Oh, it's Andre.
Holy
all right.
Shit,
no, it's both. It's both. You got Don and Dre.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
They did a bunch of collabs.
That's crazy. Yeah, Andre lives like 30 minutes from me. He colored a few pieces, but he's such a great dude. He's like, I don't feel like coloring. Here's a colored piece. What? You're so weird, man.
Random. That kind of reminds me of Where Are Her Organs? But
yeah, this.
So
I mean,
cool.
this piece. You don't analyze every note on music. You dance, and this thing is music. That's the thing. Is it feels epic. Yeah. It feels fucking humongous. The big guys are out forward, and you guys. Here's let me talk about a little 2020 here. Okay. We love this shit, and we didn't have to be told that Sentinel and Chapel were black.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Like, the diversity's there. Not only did you have white guys and black guys and aliens and robots, but you also had dead guys, I
don't think any of us ever even thought about, skin color when we were reading as kids.
My point. That's exactly my point.
Nobody cared. No one cared.
No one cared. Yeah. They were heroes. That's it.
That's what I...
And kids growing up these days, they're learning just all the wrong way. It's a shame.
It looks like a delicious meal. What's happening here?
I didn't have a bowl. I had a burger and a shandy, dude.
It's a picture of a meal.
That's a lemon beer, right? A shandy's like a lemon beer?
Yeah, I'm a fan of the German beers, the Hefeweizens, and also the...
Do you ever do the hand shandy?
Wait, what?
Wait, what are we talking about?
This is a kid show. This is
the hand shandy. The hand shandy is when you shake hands with yourself.
You gotta switch to the left once in a while.
Now we're gonna jump into
that a stranger. If you do it upside down, it's a howdy stranger. It's a cowboy grip with a left hand.
We're gonna jump into Sean's favorite run here, which is
next book,
Youngblood Strike File.
Oh, look at that. What is this?
What's this?
A little bit of shameless promotion? Yes,
I need that.
Plot twist.
Plug that.
I'm gonna steal your colorist, Sean.
Yeah,
That's all I know.
I think he's got good rates. So
Hey,
Sean, how many abalone did you have to kill to make those covers?
I had a bunch.
How many opals did you have to mine?
A bunch. I done
can we see some interior?
John,
who's the colorist?
Yeah.
Well, the inside is black and white,
and
but
white.
the colorist is Shelby.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, so it's an
I see.
It's an ashcan. It's a preview book of what the first scene, which is the first 15 pages of the actual book will be, which is my love letter to Rob's Youngblood Die Hard story.
What's going on with the cover? Is that something special? What is that?
Yeah,
tell them about it.
It's lava chrome.
Hey, take it easy. It's Smurf jizz.
Yeah,
you love it, John. It's not white.
It's the color of your jizz. So no, when I pitched when I pitched it to everybody, I'm like, you're gonna get a cool '90s gimmick, and I gave you a cool '90s gimmick enhanced by Shelby's colors.
Yep.
And Sean went to the gas station and dropped all the books.
So everybody knows this is Sean's, like I said, preview book type 1. He's doing his campaign next year in March, and your mailing list is going to start in October.
End of October.
End of October.
2022 is going to be heat.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give one quick peek because this is one of my favorite pages in this. And this is the ode to Strike File, the big double page action in your face.
Yeah, the whole book is essentially splash pages, double page splash, 2-page or 3-page panels, but telling you a story and introducing you to the world of my character Strees and of Type 1 and what we will get. But John has a look of a disgust, so I have to go back and redraw that. Apparently.
He's just like,
he's like,
yeah, check it out, everybody. Check it out.
His dog may have farted.
So yeah, Strike File in this era is just pure great shit of Rob's art for me. Like
Glory.
Again,
Kiko.
The Glory. Yeah, more Kiko.
Well, no, it was Ollie Optics this time around. It was the whole studio.
Olaf and Ollie Optics.
Yeah, Glory was looking quite nice.
Oh yeah.
During this
time. Hold
up.
Hey Dan, what does technical assistance mean? They got George in there and the Paul Scott studio.
I think that's.
What does that even mean?
I think what it probably means is that he up-res the layouts and spotted the blacks. Crack.
So it's funny because when we were looking at the pit stream, we kind of all decided that we didn't like Steve Olaf's colors on a few of the issues he did. Olaf. Yeah,
Olaf.
Pronunciation.
That's a fucking snowman.
But I thought the ones on Strike File were awesome.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, dude, Steve is the shit, man. First original Spawn issues, the Akiras. Steve is the shit.
Yeah, I saw my brother-in-law used to have some of the Spawn color, whatever it is, like the whatever they do to color it, then you send it off.
Color guides.
Yeah, the color guides. Seeing that shit like firsthand is like, wow. Like there's different techniques on it from what is in print, but just seeing like the art of it, fucking beautiful shit. The guy was ahead of his time.
Dude, he puts a bend on a dude getting punched. You notice that?
That's what I was saying. Like he does it. He does that all the time, just different angles too.
Yeah.
But he can really, what's the word I'm looking for? Distort the body and twist and turn.
That's his love of Kirby. If you Rob's favorite era of Kirby is the 70s Kirby. So you're looking at 70s Cap. You're looking at the Black Panther miniseries. You're looking at Commandy. You're looking at Mr. Miracle, but this is all that Cap Mr. Miracle stuff.
Art Thurbert says Steve is the shit. Indeed,
it's correct. Art knows.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna have Art on here one of these days when we look at Jim Lee too, so that's gonna be fun.
That'll be interesting.
One thing that all the 90s guys, I can't say all the 90s guys, but a lot of the 90s guys that influenced me, I'll say that, were great at staging action.
Yep.
Power, just moving through the page, dynamics, and Liefeld was one of the best, man. I mean, he just It's probably one of the reasons why I dug him as a kid. And plus you got these great, just like Hyo, you got these great double pages all the time.
That is a Captain America ode. If you go back and look at 70s Cap, you're gonna find that. You're gonna find that. It might be a panel this big, but you're gonna find it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Again, doing the little homages all the time.
Look at that.
I love stuff like that.
Night drop on the left.
Yeah.
The only thing that's rendered to white, like John said, is that flash, and it's effective.
Mm-hmm.
That pow on the face. That's a big bright punch.
Yep. And big hair, man. That's what I love too. Like again, when we talk exaggeration, even the 80s hair wasn't that big, but look at it. I mean, that's massive hair, and it's just another thing, another visual element that you look at and you say, God damn.
I loved Rob's the way, and that was something that was.
Does this have that glory pin up in it, by the way? Where was that glory?
Look at that Jeff Matsuda over there. He had major impact at the studio too.
Yeah. I'm not sure. We got all three.
Yeah, was Matsuda the one that did the Gleam?
Yes,
the one that I stole?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. That we all stole. Come
on. Art says never heard of Jim Lee.
Let's just be straight up. This might have that. It may not.
No, it's this one, yeah.
Look at that, another dynamic downshot of Die Hard there. Again, that arch in the back. You don't get to see a whole lot of these where they're actually large enough to where you can start really kind of digging into them. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, great shot.
They're usually that big on the page.
Right. Yeah, Rob, he could draw. Rob could draw big good. I mean, that's probably the reason why he blew up. Oh yeah, there we go.
God damn!
There we go.
Man. There
it is.
Look at those beautiful colors.
Yeah,
that's some AAT.
That thing. I saw that. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah. She's gonna be hurting herself sitting on those rocks.
Keek, what? She gonna hurt herself sitting on this rock? What are you talking about?
Right.
Yeah, man.
That piece was flipped into a 24x36 poster too.
Yeah, it was.
So
it had to
anyone interested, you can probably find it on eBay.
Should have.
Thank you, Daniel Russell. You're correct.
But that's just it, man. Like, you see that, and then you just like, man, Image Comics is on complete fire at this point. Everybody's just fucking nailing it. Marvel can't catch up. It was fucking incredible time.
You know what's funny is that pillar wasn't there till she sat there. Even the rocks got hard. Hello.
Yeah, I was firmly in the Image camp when I was a kid. It was
firmly. Hey, that's got Jay Lee on the other side, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ooh, good stuff.
Which we'll take a look at when we get to Jay Lee's stuff. Yeah, we'll just get a little taste because
so incredible, Rob.
Because Jay Lee was awesome.
So good.
Yeah, we're gonna do a Jay Lee stream. We're gonna do one.
Okay.
There's a lot. I got a lot of Jay Lee books. We're gonna jump into.
Let's give a quick flip though. Let's see some of Jay's stuff.
Yeah.
Give people the experience that we had, man.
Yeah.
There's a sneak peek. We'll get into when we do Jay Lee's run. But yeah, his stuff at Image was my favorite. I mean, the stuff he did at Marvel was good. Don't get me wrong. But when he came to Image.
Yeah, peak Jay Lee. Like Jay Lee was. I don't know if he's ever been this good again. And I love Jay Lee, but again, he like everybody else, most people, they just started toning it down and toning it down over the years to where they went on this absurd quest for realism. Like you look what he's doing here, the shoulder width, the head sizes. Like these are incredible specimens.
The use of blacks, just how they just made everything else. I mean, it's. So dude was a fantastic.
He really put those blacks to work.
Yeah.
Jesus, John.
Yeah.
Hey, when we were talking about like with Dale Keown, the more muscles, the better. Give me muscles on top of muscles.
Yeah.
I don't even care if they're real.
Yeah,
the muscles. Oh, dude, that shot right there with that. Yeah. Holy shit. That has inspired me to this day. Just the level of motion. Those bullets didn't need to be flying all around. That rip and tear, that didn't have to happen. He's just cutting a dude's throat. But look at all of that. And the way the bandages are flying off of his legs, all the motion is there. All the storytelling is so good. Good on you, Jake.
Violence, the speed, the momentum.
It's the dynamics, man, that a lot of maybe current art has lost because
100
American superhero art.
Yeah, there you go. The cool thing about all the gear and stuff on these characters is that you can use them within your art to create the energy and to make the page flow, make the eye flow. When you took all that away, the dynamic just got lost. The energy got lost in a lot of these books. When you look back at these old books, I mean, there's something special about this stuff. I mean, it's just undeniable. The use of plaques. Straight 90s fire.
Also,
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, all of that spatter, you know.
Checkpoint. How dare you?
Hey, Dan, I got a question for you, man. So there was a solicitation for all of Jay Lee's extreme work, right? For a trade paperback. Did that ever come out? I remember there was a solicitation for it.
I don't, dude. If it did, I need one. Right? I needs it. Look at that stance right there.
Oh yeah,
upper left. That guy is very confident.
Chest out, like what?
Look at those arms, man.
It's like I took my morning piss, but not as buff.
Right. It comes out of me like that.
I wonder if he gave is that Chapel there on the left though, or are they in the same room?
Is that Al Simmons?
Is that his brother?
That's Al Simmons.
I don't mean brother. But, I mean
back when everybody was getting along.
Win, I think. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I was trying to figure out which leg was in front there because I was like, maybe they're covering up his peen.
Why do people consider '90s the dark age?
Yeah, I was just going to say this was a good question there.
It's a weird thing because like John. There was a period of time I remember where it was like early 2000s where I was made to feel ashamed of my lineage. You know, it's like, oh, you're one of those image guys. It's like, yeah, of course, fool. Like, yeah, we kicked your fucking asses.
That's why it's all based in jealousy. They shamed all the coolness right out of a handful of these creators. Jay Lee toned his stuff down. Rob Liefeld toned his stuff down. That shame game worked.
Yep.
It really worked to put comics into the terrible state that it's in today. Again, American superhero comics.
Wildcats trilogy was dope. They had that really cool metallic cover. It was, but I have to say, not as ballsy as the Youngblood Strike File stuff,
or not as cool as the Type 1 preview.
Chapman looks like he has an afro right there. I'm just saying.
When we take a look at Jay Lee's art, we're going to look at the Wildcats trilogy. We're going to look at the Strike File, and then some other stuff that I've got. So I don't know when that's going to be, but it's going to be sometime in the future because he's just one of those dynamic artists that's you got to look at it. So all right, we're running. All right, I'm gonna skip some books here, guys. We're gonna run on time, but
I see something familiar.
I wanted to do Sam Keith is awesome. Max is cool.
Okay, I want to get Blood Wolf is my guilty pleasure, guys. Blood Wolf is I know. Phil, I don't even know if he's still here.
He was here.
Okay. Lobo. Shelby is his proxy, man.
Yeah.
We know this is Lobo, but it was so well done. And Rob stepped out of his normal style and gave us something completely different, but just as cool. I love this style out of him.
And Shelby, you recently did a homage cover to one of these pieces, right?
No, to the actual Lobo cover, yeah.
For Absolute?
Yeah, I was always a huge fan of
Wolf. For my own.
There's a Lobo cameo right there, right?
Yeah, right there.
There he is.
With the arrow like a prick.
Yep. Yeah, this was also a book that I read, and I've got 10 of these books.
Yeah.
But this was one I read over and over again because it had Jim Lee in it, it had Liefeld in it, and then this was actually I think one of the first books I saw Sam Keith in before I got into the Max. But yeah, the
Did
art
the Max
on this,
debut here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. At least that's I believe so.
Yeah. Did he ink this with a nib or just a pen? Because it's a different line.
It's all
his
microns.
Oh, they are microns.
Yeah, it's all microns. Because that's what Simon was using. Simon was using.
So I was picking up more of a Keith Giffen, Dan, than a Simon.
Yeah, well, but Keith Giffen did all the layouts for Simon on Lobo, so that's.
Yeah, I'm just talking finished product wise. Like even when I saw this, it reminded me more of the infanticide book versus Simon's. You know what I'm saying?
I see it. Yeah. I would agree with you.
Love this pose.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is. Yeah, he does Cable cameo. That's what was awesome about this book. It's so good, and he blows up a fucking moon.
His bike becomes a gun.
Yeah, how can you not love it? It's awesome. But yeah, I wanted to cover this Darker Image because this was one of those books that I read this over and over again as a kid. It had a big impact.
A real treat.
I recognize that. I inked that cover.
This one?
I inked that cover.
You did. Look at that. Look at that. I completely forgot. Serendipitous that you were on the show.
And look, they put my name in rainbow before it meant something different.
Yeah, you need to take it back.
Trendsetter.
Take it back.
No, they knew what it meant.
Yeah, I wanted them to taste me.
I was sitting behind Dan's butthole while he was inking this. I was going through. Dan used to have a crazy amount of CDs in his office, and I used to sit on the floor behind him and just go through his CDs.
Yeah, and I'd say CDs nuts.
Got him.
Yes, Colin Kelsey. This is a Liefeld Circle Jerk. This is appreciating comic book art live.
I miss Kelsey. I never get enough of him. I think he likes it that way.
Yeah. Oh, this is a. Yeah.
Classic.
This is it's issue. Oh, never mind. It's issue 2. That's got that really awesome splash page.
I need to point out before you start here, Joe, that Rob draws Eric Larson's characters better than Eric does.
Yeah.
So does everybody else.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing this out.
I agree.
I
absolutely agree.
Here's a little Eric Larson story. I got hired to, like, right around 94 to do the Image candy bar piece, and it said Image Comics.
Oh yeah.
And it had all the Image characters, at least one. I drew Hellshock and Pit and Dragon and Bad Rock and all Ripclaw, all these characters, and they turned it into a T-shirt and shit. The only fucking person to complain about my rendition of their character was Eric Larson.
He's like,
that's exactly right. The fin doesn't go at a 25-degree angle; it's 26 degrees. You fuck, and you're like, dude, fuck off. You're just a cunt.
He didn't like the way anybody drew the Dragon's fin. I remember he bitched about Brett Booth. Brett Booth told us a story about when he did the Dragon cameo in Backlash 2 or whatever.
All Eric Larson does is bitch about other artists. If you ever hear him talk about McFarlane, he's drinking the haterade, dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I've had several conversations with him that I've had to walk away from.
See, like, it's weird that Rob gets shit for his stylistic, but people are like, Larson's so innovative. Like, he's doing Jack Kirby, but better Kirby. Look at all his line weights. It's like he gave up. He's just trying to get a number.
Yeah, Eric Larson, I'm a fan.
He's definitely doing better Kirby than Kirby.
Yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man, early Savage Dragon. That's about it.
Yeah. No. I'm like, I'm a fan. Like, I have, Jay Money was over here. Jay Dalla came over to the house after the show on Sunday, and he saw I got this stack of Savage Dragon archives, and he's like looking at them. I'm like, you don't have to be a fan of the person to like their shit, like those first 2 volumes especially are very powerful, ugly fucking faces, and anybody out there in the chat or anybody paying attention, the most important thing that you can do outside of like good storytelling and powerful storytelling is good faces. If you have ugly faces, people will walk on by.
Yeah,
and that is the problem with Eric Larson shit. His women look like fucking pigs, and his dudes look like fucking boxed up mooks.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
No one wants the butterface.
No.
When they were working on Image United, Rob and Marat were out in New York. We went to dinner. And I'm like, why does Larson draw everybody looking like they're Muppets?
Right.
So like that was like the laugh of the
yeah, it's true.
The chicken teriyaki.
The chicken teriyaki laugh.
Jasper Plan 9, I would send Kelsey the link, but I don't have any contact with him. So
I do.
Kelsey doesn't want it. He's just gonna shit on Rob.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's what it is. Yeah.
We got that other guy.
Punch Jim Valentino?
I can send him the link if he really wants it, Kelsey. But
Paul Scott wants the link.
Sometimes Jim Valentino needs to get punched in the face.
Yeah, I had my only run-in with him, and it wasn't the nicest. That's for sure.
No, he is not the nicest.
Oh, Valentino?
I know you have love
John,
for him.
Yeah, I was saying, I know John.
John, because he had
the only positive stuff I've heard.
Yeah, but Jim, dude, I talk about little man syndrome.
Oh shit!
I just remember him smacking his daughter's ass next to my desk, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Huh,
that is excellent. That right
there.
Oh
yeah. I was just gonna. Yep.
So good. That's not overkill? What's that dude's name?
Who is this? He's like the blobbish kind of character.
Girth,
right?
Yeah.
And you could see a little bit of Matsuda's influence on Rob there too.
On the face, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at one of those earlier Spawn pages that we flipped past, and I was wondering if Jeff might have stepped in to do some work. But yeah, he's clearly taking on Matsuda-isms.
That was the thing, man. Anytime somebody came in that had something special and new, it was like a throwing a pebble in a pond. There was always a ripple, and Splat arriving was one. Jeff arriving was one.
Chap's faces, man. Oh, I was aping Chap. Yeah.
See, I like Chap as a person, but his style just wasn't my vibe. But Matsuda for sure. Like Matsuda, like I was like, oh my god, this guy. And the thing about Matsuda is he could do 2 pages a day.
Yeah.
And another guy like Todd Knock was able to do. Let me pun it up. Todd Knock could knock out 3 pages a day.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that dude was fast. From what I heard.
Fast.
Yeah.
No,
the Mark Bagley of Extreme Studios.
Correct.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, he'd get there. Todd Knock would get there early in the morning, knock out a short stack of pages, and then clock out when all of us were getting started.
You got a little blur on your camera, Joe.
Oh shit.
Yeah. You want that to
Is it a light?
No, it's just blurry.
Right,
are you guys, is it blurry for you too?
Yeah. I think it's trying to focus on our tits.
All right. I am.
Yeah. That's the problem.
It was perfect here. Let me see if I can. Nope, that's worse.
God.
Is that any better?
Slightly sharper. Slightly.
There you go. That's good. There you go.
Okay. I don't know why that happened. Maybe it's the glossy paper now.
Too hot for TV. Yeah.
Yep. This is kind of like a Kyo and like a pose, you know?
Got really dense. You got the Larson bad guys over there.
Yep.
I forget his name. He's like a Rick James type dude.
Cutthroat. Hellraiser.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, like yeah. It looks low res.
It's better now.
It's fine now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's better now.
All right. Yeah,
what's up, Muerto? Good to see him in the chat.
This kind of stuff, you know, like I used to draw shit like this, copy that kind of pose when I was a kid, like all the time. Because those kind of just extremely just in your face, just stretched out, you know, bending backwards kind of stuff is just, that's the kind of stuff that's entertaining as a kid.
Hell yeah.
All these poses still work today, Joe. They still work. You just got to tweak them a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I don't care about the bend in a chick's back because it just looks cool.
Yeah, the ones that people are most offended by are the front back poses where you see the titty and the butt crack at the same time.
Yep.
I'm like, oh, I'm okay with it, you know?
Yeah.
In fact, it's a preferred angle, you know? Hey girl,
yeah,
I think it's an improvement on the female form, and I'm offended that real women aren't trying to accomplish this every day in life.
Yeah.
I agree.
I was raised by the wolf. Yeah.
John, what do you think about this negative space here where we drop all of this? I mean, I personally like it. I like how it pops coming through. I know you're not a big fan of the white.
I like when negative space is used well, like when Protasio is doing it. You know, I think it's some of the absolute best use of negative space. On this, I'd say this is okay. I don't know, stacking the vertical panels into that stair step, I'm not really a big fan of that. I'd rather just see the big, tall, long panels. And
you know, when that works, when that works, the stacking in a descending order or an ascending order is if someone's falling or climbing. You know, it's like when it's just sort of a graphic thing, like when there's no rhyme or reason for it, it's like, cool, you got through that page and you didn't have to draw like, you know, a third of it. Like that basically saved a third of the work by not drawing a third of the page. But there's no real storytelling reason for it, you know. But if he was like going into the depths of hell and, you know, climbing down into something, you know, like a descending staircase, to me that would work.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
But here, he's just doing it for design's sake, and you know, to let the let it have some negative space so he can just get on through his day.
Right.
Look at that.
And then
get in my belly.
Yeah, and the scale, dude. I mean, we all know Badrock's huge, but this guy is like, you know, I had some pie.
Oh god damn!
A little
pie master.
A little EBS drop there. Oh, there we go.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, look at that. Dragon looks badass.
No, I mean, okay. There's no better drawing of saliva and teeth than Liefeld in the 90s.
Yeah, I wanted it to be like a Charlotte's Web thing, though. Like that's some pig. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I wonder what Larson thought about.
He probably hated it.
About the 11 o'clock shadow on his fin is off.
Right. You didn't draw this with
the fin's off.
Yeah, fuck it.
It looks badass though.
It does.
All right, let's
Dan,
we got.
I don't see it there on number 2, which was the backside of that grip. The grifter.
Sorry, I'm calling out rejects, dude.
There we go. That'll work.
That is my favorite of Rob's newer stuff, and now it's 20 years old. But like rejects,
20,
22, 23,
25, 26.
Fuck you guys. No, this was one of my favorite concepts by him, favorite execution by him. That he just kind of went, I'm not gonna do it. And you look at it and you're like, dude, fucking Scarab is dope as fuck. And the sort of magic looking girl, dope. You know, I love this. This was great.
Yeah, there's some great designs. I don't know why I'm really focusing on this.
These are my favorite characters he's ever created.
Yep. Yeah, man.
And again with Sabal inking, and I love Danny Mickey over Liefeld, but there was something I really dug about Sabal.
I used to call him Sibnuts.
Sibnuts.
Sibnuts. Yeah, good stuff, man. Scarab was cool. What was the chick's name? The magic-looking girl.
Jeannie,
that's right. Because I inked a bunch of pieces from this era too.
Yeah. There was that one glory cover you inked. That was fucking fire.
Yeah, that was fun. Good one, Arik. You're right, man.
Yeah, I was just about to say. I think everybody agrees with that sentiment. Yeah, this is some. I don't have a lot of rejects art. Like anybody that follows Ott and stuff or this channel knows that there are tons of times or 2 different times where I was out of comics for a long time.
Don't you dare!
And this was one of the times where I was out, and so he was producing this, and I wasn't around to collect
this was
it.
Good shit.
And I miss it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I'm just like, damn, I wish I was still doing stuff because.
Yeah, and this is probably the last stuff he was doing inking before he shot straight to pencils for
that's
6-7 years.
What we're gonna get into next is he gets into his pencil phase.
That right there is a great example of Protasio style on the negative space. Like that. That's what Wills would do right there with a bit of rubble just kind of flying, hanging around. Real simple. It looks great.
Yeah, it looks good.
Mm-hmm. I like how Rob really leans into the biblical kind of archangel look with the multiple wings.
Yeah, man.
Speaking of Churchill.
Oh,
beautiful stuff.
Yeah, I might have inked some pages in this, maybe.
Oh wow.
Great read. I highly suggest everybody pick this up
Yeah.
if they can. I read like 2 or 3 times a year.
I'm trying to look in the credits, but
Yeah, maybe not. I know. I mean, I did probably a good 20 pages of Coven.
oh, nice.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, so if anybody gets a chance, check out that Odd Stuff episode we did with Ian Churchill. It was fun. He's
That's
a cool,
so cool.
dude.
Back in February.
How did you
or
find
March?
him? How did you find him? Is he on Twitter?
He's on
Facebook. I just messaged him on Facebook one day and said, "Hey, want to come on the show?"
Cool.
And he was like,
we
"Yeah."
asked him if he'd want to do like an extreme reunion. He's like, "I'd love to," but we got to figure out everybody's schedule because he's on the other side of the world, and
it's
like,
it's hard for him because
guys,
he's in
like,
the
how do we make
UK.
that happen? So it's like we're throwing it out there. We're going to try to do an extreme studio alumni and art stuff. So
yeah, one of these days there was a goal that we were always working to is to get as many of the extreme, because we've had Dan Marat, Churchill, we had
Shelby.
Shelby was on there. Oh fuck, who am I missing?
John by association.
Was on.
Yeah,
we've had a lot of. Yeah, look at that.
Yeah. Look at that, it's a beast.
Yeah, he was a hell of an artist.
Wait,
okay.
is he dead? Did he die?
This is Yaki. This is Yaki era.
Wait, what?
So here we go.
This is the Matt Yaki era.
This is, I don't know when he. This was like what, 2007, 8?
2000.
This was 2000.
No, 99. This is 2000.
Oh, it was the.
Look at that's Yaki, dude. It has to be.
They usually put the dates in these things. It's in
it's true. Maybe it's not. No, it's not. Digital Broom.
I think you're right.
Shit, I thought this was
Matt,
Yaki.
Yeah, when Matt Broom quit penciling and went to colors.
Oh,
what year is it, Joe?
2000. Sean's right. Yep, you guys are right. I thought, was it the reboot of X-Force that was mid?
That was like 2003.
Okay, that's what I was thinking of. All right, my bad, Yos.
You better.
Yeah, this is some fun stuff.
Yeah, great work. This is, I swear Sean had one of the, like, an original page, or at least a printout of one of these pages, but I could be wrong.
No, you're right. No, Rob gave me a page from X-Force Volume 2, 1, Shatterstar, where he's like, "Urgh."
Yeah, okay, that's what it was. Yeah, it was a shadow. Yep. Yeah.
Like, what do I actually...
Okay, so we haven't gotten straight to pencils just yet because he's still inking this from the credits. But yeah, I mean, this was some fun work, man. Like, he did some awesome stuff. Rob never dropped off, in my opinion. I mean, he changed, like kind of John said, like he pulled back on some of the exaggeration over the years, especially now, modern days. I think he's trying to, draw a little bit more.
Yeah, he's in something else now. Like, now he's getting funky. I don't know. So,
but I still dig it. And kudos to him with all the guys of his generation, his class artists, all the image guys, most of them dropping off, not doing a lot of work. Some are semi-retired. He's still kicking it, man. He's one of the guys you can kind of count on to give you.
Who I feel of the bunch that's totally dropped off, and this will upset you, John. When Todd McFarlane draws a new piece these days, I care for none of it. Like, he's but look at my new Spider-Man Spawn 307, and you're like, so it's Spawn standing there.
Yeah, I don't think there's any. I don't think there's any love in Todd's underdrawing is the problem. His rendering's still there. It's the underdrawing.
You're right. He's a great inker.
Inking wise, he's fantastic.
Yeah, but yeah, there's no
that's a great design.
Invention. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Look at my Spawn.
Yeah, no, yeah, I can agree with that. But yeah, also, he's got a real strength in his inking abilities still. But yeah, what he's drawn, I mean, they're just pin-up cover kind of type things, and I'm not blown away.
The only thing I got excited by in the last couple years by Todd was
Travis.
Yeah, it's Travis, 100%.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Flip it upside down. Let's look at that.
Yep. 100.
Yeah. I never noticed that before.
Yeah, that's
a great face.
Yeah,
great.
Yeah,
I like
Travis
the hair, the handling of the hair too is great.
Yeah, I mean that's right out of the almost the Wildcats X-Men stuff.
Yeah, man.
He's learning.
Yeah, Todd had done some Overstreet price guide where he'd drawn Spider-Man and Spawn recently, and I was like, "Oh fuck, that's cool!" Because it was great to see him draw Spider-Man again.
Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of these pages were drawn quarter size of the page at the time.
Yeah.
I think his dad was just very ill at the time, or whatever the case, but a lot of them are just.
Yeah, I remember when his dad was sick.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
That's a great gesture, like the hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like people pointing for no reason.
Oh yeah, the hand throwers.
Yeah.
That, like Rob calls them.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
see,
I like that.
I think of that as '90s boy band shit.
There you go.
This is what I do when I shave. I point.
All right. We got a couple here to go, but I wanted to do this because this was one of the times that he kind of experimented with his style a little bit. Did a little like Jim Lee kind of on Death Blow / Frank Miller kind of style when he did this. Was this the X month where he drew?
Yeah, he leaned in on the word shadow. He leaned in.
Layouts by Carl. Yeah. I'll stay there. Oh, Carl was on the show too.
Carl. He was the other guy I was thinking of. Yeah. Yeah, but this was just really solid.
Yeah. This stuff never read like Rob's work to me for some reason.
It's Carl.
Yeah.
Is it Carl's work?
It's Carl's layouts.
Yeah.
Okay. It just there's something about it that doesn't that thing that clicks when you know it's an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just unique.
It's cool to look at. It's cool to look at. It just it doesn't read anatomically. I don't know, man. It's weird.
Yeah, this is just Rob trying to do the Miller Jim Lee and just trying to do it as quickly as possible. He's not really inspired. He's not in love with it.
The cover actually has a brick behind it on the original art.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. The gradation when you rub your hand over it, it's fucking awesome.
Huh. Yeah, it was really interesting to me though, because I remember the first time I saw this, I was as a kid, I was just
they got Matt Groening to do a pinup.
Oh shit!
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Shadow Bart.
I wonder who owns the rights to that.
Never noticed that before. It's been a second since
the mouse owns it.
Yeah, probably.
Oh, man, that flat.
Ooh, I was just gonna say that. Yeah, that crypt.
Which, if I was Rob, I would not allow that ad to have been placed in there at all, because that's what it Frank Miller, Jim Lee, Rob Liefeld should look like, about like that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It's like when you get all dolled up and then some hottie stands next to you.
Yeah,
and
right.
You're like, I'm ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a Platt stream for sure. There's a lot of stuff at Platt's I've gotten and would like to look at.
Oh yeah, I remember his first day. I was the guy they sent to Toronto to get him all ready to go. That's where I met Pat Lee. That same trip.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, I just thought it was interesting, flipping through this. Like, it was just a different take on. I like it when artists can experiment a little bit.
Yeah,
that's
how I felt about the Blood
what
Wolf.
did he draw that with? So Carl
Just
did the brush. Okay, he just went straight brush over it.
Yeah, like a Winsor Newton, just dipped in and just going to town.
Okay, because it reminded me of his Sharpie when you're showing the Sharpie, like how he's spotting the blacks. I'm like, yeah, that's probably all he did. Sharpie right over it. Here's where I came in. This is where I met Rob.
Yeah, I was gonna say this was really cool. Like, this was. I had actually returned to comics again. This was back in the area. Like, I had skipped a bunch of years doing music and hanging out with girls. I was still doing that. But I came back, and this is actually around the time when I met Sean too.
Well, this is when I met Rob, Marat, and Jimmy.
Who did the cat colors on this?
Yaki, isn't it?
Yaki. Yep.
The printing on that page didn't really turn out good. Like, the first few pages, the printing kind of seemed off on them.
But I did like this era, like and this was his pencil era, right? Straight to colors.
This is straight to pencils.
Yeah, so I mean, it gave a little bit different dynamic to his art, but just again, Liefeld is kind of like Silvestri in the fact that there are multiple stages of his career where he evolved and did different things, but it was still I always saw it got better and better. I even like the stuff he's doing now. I really do. It's not as exaggerated and like his stuff in the 90s, but I still think he's producing really good work now. And this might have actually been the start of kind of pulling back on the exaggeration.
Look, you fuckers' feet.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Look at those toes.
Yeah.
Where's Charlie Lee? Look at those toes.
Count them. Count them.
Count them.
1, 2, 3. There's 5. You got 5. You got 10.
Not great, but I've seen worse.
Shelby runs an audit. Count those toes.
You better count that little piggy.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Yeah, everybody loved Platt. That's for sure.
Look at the storytelling, like the beats of them all. It's like boom, boom, boom. Even from tiny to big, the guy's an amazing storyteller for action scenes and all that.
Oh yeah. Still to this day,
a storyteller. Yeah, very storyteller.
It's a beefy domino, but big old titties. I dig it. I can handle it. I can handle both of them.
She looked like she was prepping for some numbings.
So, Rob's one of those artists that, especially when I was younger, grabbing his books, where he would draw something like super wonky and off, like the arm looks like it's on the wrong side, things like that, and then he would redeem it with a badass double page splash, and then I'd forget that you know what I'm saying? There was a lot of that going on in the 90s too, with more so with Todd and Rob. I think not so much with Jim and Willis, but where you would forgive the one thing drawn kind of funny because it always follow with a shot like that.
Yeah,
it's like
that page he gave to Mark, and that's the page he gave to me on the right.
This one?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
One. That's a good one.
Yo, I remember I was so jealous.
It looks like it's spotted blacks on the bottom parts of the ribs and whatever, but that's lines. That's crosshatch lines. It's fucking tight.
He was doing some great work.
Or the condensedness of it from the print, but that's just all pencils.
Yeah, solid stuff. I dug it. I was extremely excited when he started doing X-Force again.
Yeah.
I wish it had gone a little bit longer than it did.
Well, he's coming back. He's doing that 30th anniversary issue.
Yep.
He's got my colorist doing it too.
Dope.
Looking forward to it.
Hold up. So back up one page. So this looks like that Marat face of GW Bridge on the bottom left.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is this Rob going over the Marat face, or did Marat come in the office?
You never know. Marat's always been there.
Yeah.
You never know.
This is the best panel in CG. Thank you, Grace, man. Appreciate that. And thank you, everybody, for sticking with us. We've had an awesome attendance this entire time watching live. You're absolutely awesome. We appreciate each and every one of you.
Subscribe, ring the bell, hit that like, and share the link out.
I really dig that right page, man. That cable and the colors on that. Yeah. That is gorgeous.
But more importantly, subscribe to and stuff.
That too, yes. Yeah, he's killing it, man. Just that's why I love doing these streams, man. I like diving into these old books I don't get to read as much as I did when I was younger, and just kind of remembering oh man, it's awesome.
Oh, look at that.
That's so cool.
Yeah, this has so many great big face shots on there, yelling, angry, that's the stuff that was always fun to look at and attempt to draw when I was younger. But again, it's kind of those manga things, just these big massive panels, and it's just like a headshot. It's fantastic.
I remember after one of the pit streams, John, we had posted something. Somebody posted something online because we were talking about the manga influence. And we had a debate with somebody on it about we don't see what the manga influence is, and they just couldn't understand what the influence actually was in American comics. It's not all about the pointy noses or big eyes. There's a lot of dynamics within the storytelling, effects, and all that stuff that was brought in that made American comics better, and a lot of it had to do thanks to Jim Lee and Liefeld and Portacio and all those guys.
And I got to give myself some flowers because it was the first time I didn't tell somebody to fuck off. So I've grown as a person.
You're getting better, man. You're getting better.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you.
1-800-Flowers, people.
You know, he did an Ash can of this. Remember this, Joe? He did, Comic-Con where it was.
I forgot about that.
The book was late.
Yep.
But because of Loeb, but he gave me a copy of it, wordless. It's somewhere here. I can't find it. It's weird. But yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got all the cool stuff back in the day.
Well, you know.
Yeah.
I like to brag.
Yeah, that's a crazy face.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that.
Colors are weird on that.
I wonder who does the colors. Let's look back.
Well, his chesticles are glowing. Isn't this Yaki again?
Yeah.
It's
no.
Yeah, it's Yaki. Yep.
Is it? Fuck, man. That his handling of that Thor face is. It's not. Doesn't look like Yaki to me.
The rim lights in this entire run of books was odd to me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's set up for that. I don't think the line art is set up for that lighting. But what I think is what probably happened is Rob probably told Matt do it anyways. You know what I mean? So that's probably what happened here. That's my guess.
The cheeks.
That's what I say. AT baby.
I agree with John.
I always agree with John.
I mostly agree with John.
I'm with the shits.
Yeah, like here it's got some interesting faces in this book.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Ooh, arrows in the back.
He's pissed.
Those are big arrows, though. Isn't that from Hawkeye
arrows.
or something? Didn't Hawkeye shoot those?
I don't know how the guy looks. He could be a regular looking guy, not just a hot guy.
See, it's those were massive arrows, and he's just shooting.
Oh, that's the Wolverine style.
Yeah, well, it's Wolverine.
Yeah, because it's Heroes Were Born, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
But he's got an A. He doesn't have the eagle.
Turns knob, flick switches, shakes booties. Is that Moby?
Oh, yeah, Moby, yeah.
All right, then.
I don't know if he does any of that.
Yeah, that's right. He was a thing for a minute.
Yeah, for a split minute.
He was in the Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
You said he was a thing for a minute.
I got
it. I'm a dad. What you want?
Yeah. I love a lot of these Captain America shots. Even the Iron Man.
Yeah, that's a really cool Iron Man.
I love how he gets
gesture.
that kind of Sunfire almost mask going on at times.
Yeah.
His torch isn't half bad either.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he had some cool redesigns on Marvel characters. Kept it kind of, I don't want to say classic, but kept it recognizable, but put his own Liefeld touch on it.
That Iron Man shot right there, that mask, perfect. That looks fucking great.
Yeah, it's dope.
Fun to look at. Still looks like Sunfire, kind of.
He's got lips, yo.
Yeah, why has it got yellow down there below the mouth
guard?
guard?
Yeah,
is that supposed to be
Yeah.
yellow? Or is that a Rob thing or a Yaki? Who screwed that up?
He's got lips.
I don't know, because I feel like it was the way it was.
Back up, let's see how the mask was drawn.
Yeah, he's got like a mouth.
No, he's got lips.
Yeah.
Looks like he's got lips there too, but
it's like you can see it's
kind of fishy, fish-faced.
I got the first page.
So is it supposed to be red and not yellow?
No, it's supposed to be yellow. It's consistently colored that way with yellow.
Yeah.
You can kind of see his mouth is kind of exposed. Like, yeah, it's odd.
It's protruding a little bit.
That might be the Reborn, redesign. Who knows? Yeah, duck lips.
No, I don't think it was. That's not how Portacio. Here, look. Matter of fact,
yeah, Portacio's.
I don't have to go far.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got the red chin.
I like how you have it in a poly bag, dude. That's great.
What? This isn't a poly bag. What are you talking about? Look, this is it.
Oh, it's a hard
it's the trade.
You got the trade.
See, I saw the shine on it.
I don't
have the trade. I have the actual issues.
See, when I'm talking about Portacio and negative space,
right there,
I know what I'm talking about. Look at this.
Yeah, there you go.
Great colors, too.
It is. His version of the Hulk is great. That page you're looking at right there, Joe?
Yeah.
I inked that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, that's my inks.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I have the original somewhere. But yeah,
so we didn't go to pencil on this.
No, that I inked that page for sure. You can tell when you take a look at those Cheerios and shit. I went in and drew those Cheerios.
That makes sense because Rob would only drawn like 3.
Right.
Well, I don't know if you caught it or not, but on his podcast, he said that one of his favorite inkers to work with was Dan Fraga.
Oh,
wow.
We get down, man. We do a thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
wait, Shelby inks them too, right?
That's right.
Hey,
How dare you, Joe, slap Shelby?
He wants to have
you?
a tussle. He wants us to have a tussle. No, but
he has actually mentioned all you guys on his podcast before.
Yeah,
he's mentioned John. He's mentioned Shelby.
Yeah.
He's mentioned Adele. So yeah, he's mentioned a lot.
Rob only mentions the ones he gives book credit to.
Rob's always dropping my
I'm
name.
not salty.
I wish he wouldn't talk about me so much.
My thing with Rob is the sweet spot for me is when Todd would ink Rob, because when I met Rob, I was like a full on Todd stan. You know what I mean? Like fucking hardcore. And when I saw him ink Rob on the cover New Mutants 86, I was like, this is it.
Right.
Like I want a book of that. And then they did the 87 cover, 88 cover. And I went, yo, if there was a full book of this style, he did the X Factor 50 cover. I said this is what I'd want all day, every day. And when Rob was like, hey, can you ink me on this back in the glory days? I was like, well, I'm going to do the Todd thing. You know, I'm going to like not just be super faithful. I wanted like this hybrid combo. And that's how we do it.
That's my favorite artist is Rob's pencils and Todd's inks.
Me too.
Yeah.
Todd
I inked a bunch of pages in that book, Joe. I've never actually seen that book in print. I didn't know it came out.
That Brigade book?
Yep.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
I did a bunch of pages in there. Yeah.
Wait, is that what you did the crowdfunding for?
Oh, that's gorgeous. Who did the colors?
Yeah, there it is. Cool.
Oh, this is when you crowdfunded. Why do I not have a copy of this?
Book credit, guys! Book credit! Yay!
Yeah, you are, Shelby.
You made it, buddy.
Yeah, that's badass.
You made it.
Yeah. Colors.
So did he fulfill this then? Is he done? Like I don't have a copy.
No, look at Simon says he's still waiting for his.
Yeah, I'm still waiting.
A bunch of people are still waiting for theirs. Yeah.
So check this out. A little bit ago, Rob on Facebook said he was fulfilling this, and if people didn't get it, to send him your address in DM, and he was going to make sure he got it out, which is what I did.
Doesn't he already have our address through Kickstarter? I haven't moved.
Yeah,
he might have lost.
This was Indiegogo. I don't know about the Kickstarter one, but this was Indiegogo.
There's two for the same book. The Kickstarter and Indiegogo is for the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you flip through it? Yeah. Can you flip through it? I've never seen this before.
Yeah. Yep.
That's fucking stunning.
It's some good shit, dude. It's
that
really
color,
good stuff.
That is stunning.
Yeah, this is one of the guys he works with a lot now. Is this guy, and then Brian Valenza is the other guy.
So Dan, he originally had. You can ask Yaki. I'm pretty sure Yaki colored these pages first.
Okay.
And then he was asking me about the colors, and I said they're cool, but they need like a filter or something to make them look underwater. Yeah. And then he was like, "Ah, fuck it." And I think he just gave everything to Rom.
Yeah.
To do, you know.
There's a few different passes. Yeah.
Wow.
Palmer Glitch said,
because I like what
DM, still no book.
Federico does on his stuff. That Federico Bleed. And this Rom guy. Wow.
He works with some good colorists right now.
Oh yeah, this is fun stuff.
Yeah, he does a great job on this.
Oh, he's going Kirby there with Glory, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or is that him trying to do that Hulk Glory?
No.
That's regular Glory, I think.
I don't know. Look at her size to Die Hard.
She's about to throw a rock up in some fool's head.
That's not Die Hard for legal reasons.
So that page that double is an 11. It's an 1117 flip sideways.
Right. That's
that's not a
Parish Fierce.
Okay. No, I hate when people do that.
Oh, when they draw actual size?
No, 11 by 17, and then you just
flip
it sideways, and you say, hey, it's a double page spread, like because the line weight, the line consistency, it's not the same.
Man, these colors are stunning.
Yeah.
So much light.
I think I did the page on the right. It's been years, man. It's like 5 years ago. It's been a while.
Shit looks good though, man. Like
cinematic colors, man. Those colors are super cinematic. There's that's not Supreme.
That's not Supreme.
It's not Supreme and not Die Hard.
I think those are Delso.
Is it not Bad Rock either? Is it not Bad Rock? Yeah.
His name is Coral. They're underwater.
Now I'm just assuming this.
The person that did the colors was
Federico. Romulo.
Romulo,
the guy that did the cover, Rom. He signs ROM. He's good. He's badass colorist, actually.
Oh yeah, he's fantastic.
I steal his colors all the time. Just putting that out there. He has the perfect balance of hues for print, dude.
He does.
Yeah, it looks fantastic. That's why. I mean, that's why
this is a Delso.
Yeah, that's it. I know that's. Yeah, I didn't get that one.
Yeah, sweet.
It's like I didn't get it.
It's like I didn't get that.
Battlestone, but not Battlestone. No, this is Battlestone.
That's
Battlestone. Because he still owns Brigade.
Yeah.
What a travesty, man!
I know.
That's got to be so weird to have your characters grifted from you.
That is a fantastic shot.
I love that face on the left, the first panel.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, Rom's a magician, dude. His colors are
transformative.
Yeah.
His colors make artwork more valuable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're painterly.
Yeah, like I said, this guy, Brian Valenza, and then another guy that he works with primarily right now.
Federico Blee.
Yeah, they all do great job. They work right now.
He had Kyle Ritter did some stuff for him years ago.
Oh no shit.
Oh
yeah, that's a She-Hulk.
Is this yours?
Hold up. Yeah, hold up.
Oh, he's probably gonna hold that original up.
You got some originals?
I am gonna hold it
up. Oh, you got the original?
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna show you.
Nice.
I'm gonna show you. So, where the fuck is this shit? I got
blue balls here, man.
I got binders, dude.
Got it laying around where he puts his bowl of noodles on stuff.
So, all right, here, I'm gonna show you the process, dude. Like, I had to. Which page? Hey, bring that page up again, dude.
It's a double pager with a big old glory chick.
Yeah,
it's with the glory hole. It's one with the glory hole, right?
Yeah.
The glory hole.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
Hold on.
Interesting face now to our left of what I guess is Shaft there. That kind of sharp looking.
That upshot down, straight down. That guy.
Yeah, go to left. Look at this face. It's like it's not a usual Rob face.
Mm-hmm.
This whale. I don't know what this thing is. It's under Prophet's shoulder.
Oh, Bad Rock.
Oh, this?
Or a Bad Rock.
That's Bad Rock?
It's a Bad Rock, yeah.
A Bad Rock.
A Bad Rock.
He's incorporating like when you did Youngblood, whoever did like the Prophet, like he's putting all that shit together, kind of mixing it in.
Okay. When they did that Prophet
Brand.
where it's kind of reimagining type shit. I like the design on that Shaft armor though.
Yeah, that's after like Walt Simonson. He said he was going.
I was getting more like Ram Man from He-Man.
He does look like Ram Man, yeah.
But it's cool. I like it.
Now he's Orca. But that has been trademarked.
He's Orca.
The glory armor looks pretty good.
Yeah. Again, great designs. I mean, it's just. Is that my fantasy?
That's a man, baby.
That's man, baby.
Did you find it?
Let me know when you find it, Shelby. I'm gonna keep on rolling here for a second.
Yeah, keep on rolling, dude.
Oh man, look at that. Jeez.
Cyber.
Is that Bloodstrike? I hope.
You've got Bloodstrike.
Yeah.
Cybrid.
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 Yes.
Bloodstrike. Blood Wolf. All the Bloods. Glory Hole. Ram Man. What the hell did you people do to a studio for all those years? God only knows. But yeah, I was really happy with this. I think I got like 4 different covers came in the campaign.
Not as many outer glows, like those kind of reflected lights, like what you see on the Yaki work, where they're always their shoulders are always glowing.
Oh,
like it's color, but it's not that. It doesn't have the glow. I'm a big fan of that glow. So
yeah, I would agree with you. Oh shit!
Just a little bit of light bouncing off the figure and interacting with the environment.
I wonder if that was another kind of like a smaller drawing that was blown up.
I'm not a fan of this. Was this another 11x17 turned sideways? This drives me nuts because the head is right in the fold, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you kind of have to,
yeah, that does kind of suck.
A little bad placement there for sure. Maybe it was 11x17.
Well, he could have just rocked that thing in a 45, and he could have had both their heads on one side of the page and their bodies on the other side.
Yeah.
There's two different versions of this book. One for East Coast, like New York Comic Con, and then one for like Stan Lee's show, where the dialogue is a little bit different. Like one said like do the Snyder cut, and then one was something else about Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, this one's a Snyder cut down here. It says please release the Snyder cut. I gotta have it.
Yeah.
He made Blood Wolf like huge. Like I don't remember Blood Wolf being this big when he originally came out. He upped the scale quite a bit.
He could have been in scale with the other characters though. Like all those other aliens might have also been 10 feet tall.
True.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. So I think what he did with that was I think this book went directly into that Bloodstrike 1 and 2. I feel like it went into Bloodstrike.
Yeah, for the 2015 launch, it was those, the backup for some of the Youngbloods. But in one of those Bloodstrike books, he had Blood Wolf naked and like the shadow of his dog.
I did the cover of that book.
Yeah.
Is this Rob trying to take over a #resist tag, or is like what is he doing?
The Defiance.
Yeah,
I don't know what he ever. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good point. I'm not sure
because I always felt like Rob's kind of goals, like when he did Deadpool. What is it? Bad Blood. You know, like for anyone trying to search Bad Blood is gonna, in his mind, is going to pull up the comic instead of the song, which may not be the worst idea. But anyways, now with this #resist is always. Well, all these people are doing #resist. They're going to see the Defiance. March 2020.
Maybe. Yeah, that was something I don't know if it'll ever come out, but maybe it will. I'm not sure. It looks interesting. Definitely, but.
Hell.
Did you find it, Shelby?
Well, I can show you. I'll show you my process. I can't find any printouts of the layout. Because this one was super rough, dude. It was super rough. It was like, I'll show you an example before I show you this. So this would be, this is a blown up layout of a page for Bad Blood, and then here's my ink finishes on it. So this is that's what he gave me.
Oh wow!
And then this is where I would bring it, right? So. It's pretty easy to kind of see.
Yep, you truly did the finishing on that.
Yeah, so it was this level of a double, but I'll show you what I did. And the layout was small, dude. It was like a 4-inch by I think 6, super tiny. So because of where he drew it, I did finished pencils on it first, so I did it in sections. So I did.
The Dan Fraga method.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I had to. It wouldn't work on a DPS on printout, so I did finished pencils on that, and then those the weird heads.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
And then
whoa!
I kind of had to like fake it with Prophet because he just kind of scribbled, and I had to ask him. I'm like, dude, I don't know what character this is. And this is that alien thing John was talking about.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that other bad rock.
Oh, that's crazy seeing all that like that.
So I mean, it was a pain in the ass. I'm not gonna lie, but that's the double pager.
Oh shit!
So
assembled. It's all assembled.
Yeah, that's all the.
Did an awesome job, man. Jeez.
Yeah, that's all the elements put together. So I'm pretty happy with it. I mean, for what it is, you know.
Fuck.
But
radiation.
So okay, so you separate. So he gave you the layout that had that composition, but then you separated all the elements, drew them up big, and then rearranged them back to the layout.
Yeah. So basically, basically, she was dead center of the spine. Like it wasn't going to work. So I had to shift characters to make it work.
Okay, good. No, you did well.
Yeah. So like it would have been like this. Like she would have been in the spine. Like that. So nuts. Yeah. So what I did was I shifted. I flipped it. So these heads were like over here, and then she was dead center. So it was like cutting her body in half, and so I shifted it. Yeah, I shifted it that way on on the inks. So
And Rob gave his blessing on that, or like how did that?
I just do it. No, I just do it. Yeah.
Better ask for forgiveness than permission.
No, he told me thanks. I mean, it's what I do. Like I just don't. If there's something wrong aesthetically, I always just kind of do it.
Who the fuck is Cash Carter? What the fuck was that?
Oh, that's a property he's going to be doing. I think Chase made that.
Oh, okay.
I think he came up with that one.
Right on.
He said he's going to be having some original stuff coming out later this year and next year. So he's going to start jumping, from what I heard from his podcast.
Awesome.
He'll start jumping back into that stuff.
Yeah, stuff like this.
Crowdfunding again, or
like all you see where you see the placement, and then you see where I shifted him.
Oh shit!
He's more center. He's more center of the page because he had him running right against the spine.
Gotcha.
There he is, Matt.
Okay.
There he is. We're just talking about shit work, right?
Wait, we're just.
And you just shift it.
Yeah,
you just shift it over so that it doesn't. Because I think this was the gutter right here.
Okay.
So, yeah. So it's just a way to. I don't know, man. It's just you. I've been working in comics for too long. You just kind of figure it out.
Well, that was a lot of fun. I mean, I had a shit ton of comics here we could have looked at, but it was, again, the whole purpose of me doing these streams is to, like the title says, is appreciating the art of some of my favorite artists, my biggest influences. And every time I look back through these guys' work, it just inspires me more and more and gives me that the love and energy for what we would like to produce now that the industry is lacking. And same thing with Godlight coming out. You've heard John talk about it. Black Flag with Dan, Ragetality with Shelby, Type 1 with Sean. You know, it's coming, guys. We're bringing a lot of this cool shit back, visually wise, and it's awesome to be a part of. It really is.
Yeah, you guys are doing some inspiring stuff for guys like Joe and I.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And speaking, fuck did I do with everything?
What'd you do?
Oh shit! Hold on a second. I'm gonna end the stream here pretty soon, but that was one thing.
Well, tomorrow night on Art and Stuff, we have Billy Tucci. You'll be joining
awesome.
us. 9 p.m. Eastern. Subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. And also, most importantly, subscribe to Sean Ahrendt on YouTube. I don't got anything really up there, but you should.
Yeah.
One Wicked Evo says Liefeld Part 2 next week. Well, I don't know. I think we kind of fast forward through the bulk of. I don't know. I would probably like to do like a full on Liefeld thing one day though. Maybe I'll do that on my channel, but like digging all the way back and working slowly over a period of time. You know, so
I think next week we're doing Bean World.
Serious?
Yeah, let me.
Oh, dude, I used to smoke weed with Larry Martyr.
Let me know, John, if you're gonna do that. I'd love to be part of that. If you're gonna have people on, that'd be great. Guys, what I'm trying to do with the channel is with Pitt. There was one because with Dale coming on and the excitement of Pitt and the fact that a lot of those later issues, not a lot of people saw. It was a way to get out there and show everybody every single page of Pitt. And capitalize on the excitement of it. Was actually I didn't even capitalize it. It just happened to be the same timing as I was doing it. In every other episode, I'm gonna try to do maybe like one artist an episode. It doesn't mean I won't come back in the future and do a part 2 or part 3 with those artists, but doing too many, I think, episodes in a row with just one artist could get, a little taxing on people. So I want to spice it up a little bit. So I don't know what the next artist I'll do. I know I'm going to do a Jim Lee stream with Art T-Bear at some point. I'm going to do a Michael Turner. I'm trying to work that out with Dan getting on here because I really want to go over some of Turner's work with Dan.
Yeah, man.
And so on and so forth. So just keep an eye out, guys. I'll be throwing stuff out. I'm trying to do these, every Tuesday. It might not happen, but just when we get a chance to do it for sure. So what I was going to bring up is I know this is in fulfillment, and people are getting this now. Oh, by the way. So this was an awesome book. Greatly done.
Thank you.
I love everything, to the paperweight, to the artists you guys have on this. The supplemental book is great. So if you haven't got this in the mail yet, yeah, it's coming soon, guys, and it's an awesome read.
Can't wait.
Well done. Yep.
Yeah, and the supplement too, like that was one of the best supplements I've read in a long time. Yeah. I had a lot of fun reading those 3 different stories. I mean, this was really good.
Yeah,
and that new team is badass. I'm loving that new team.
Yeah, Rob Arnold wrote Nightwalker. Who did Narwhal did the Lilith story.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, there's some fantastic art. I mean, well done. It's well worth everything. So I hope everybody back that. Because if not, at some point John's going to burn a bunch of books. We keep hearing.
Just got them in my garage. I figure I got them this long. I need to just wait till I'm done with fulfillment. That way, I would just feel like I'm good to go. And I'm just.
Yo, man, when you see a Georgia address with my name on it, put a golden ticket in that bad boy.
There you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 5 golden tickets are going in these books too, guys.
Oh, shit.
So make sure you open them up. Each one's worth.
Is that something you think you'll continue doing every time you fulfill the golden ticket thing? It's just different prizes every time, maybe.
Probably.
You should have like
afterwards, though. It's not something I promote with the campaign. It's something
I noticed that it's not something you mention until you've already sent books out. That's
Yeah.
Why did mine have a white goopy splash?
That was a special one. You're blessed. Okay. You're blessed by the wolf.
He likes you, Dan. Yeah,
I was blessed by the wolf.
Dan got the rub the blood variant.
Yes, rub the primordial blood.
Willis did work on
rub the DNA.
And Tommy Patterson and Matt Dalton.
Shout out to Tommy.
Yep. Yeah. All
Matt Dalton's really good. I really like what Matt Dalton's doing, especially he's doing good on Viking Wolf too. I mean, he's good.
Yeah, he's great.
Random task that Michael Golden. If anybody does a Michael Golden stream, you have to have Dan on because Dan is wiki. He's the wicked wiki of Michael Golden. So you got to have Dan.
Michael Golden. That's my number one. He's the father. Yep. He's the father of the. He's like the great grandfather. Art Adams is like the father of the image style. He is the Art Adams' dad. You know.
I love the history.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for everybody sticking with us for 2.5 hours. We really appreciate it. It was an absolute surprise and pleasure to get Dan and Shelby on here, and John coming in last minute too. It's awesome. It's always a pleasure to have you guys here and having your insight and all this. It makes the streams even more enjoyable for me. Just to hear your guys' takes on stuff. So thank you so much for joining.
Yeah, and thank you to Rob Liefeld. He made a big difference, I think, in all of our lives.
Majorly.
Majorly.
All the stuff he did off the page, not just on the page. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, he changed the industry. There's no doubt.
Everything changed. And anyone who tells you different is just lying.
Yeah, he said it. The man himself says it right there. He knows. All right, guys. I think EVS started streaming, so everybody, if you're still awake, which I'm gonna go to sleep here in a second, go check that out.
Back Godlike.
Back Black Flag.
Rageality's
War.
Get all your weed at Local Roots Cannabis in Lanesburg, Michigan.
Oh,
if you're a Michigander.
Michigander. Yeah.
Hail Michigan. And Jeremy's got an awesome stream, guys. Check that out. I think he streams at least once a week and has some fun shows. Type one.
Type one.
Hey, Jeremy, what's your channel, dude?
Just my name. Lord Crackhead 33. I'll put it in the chat here.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Until next time, again, tomorrow night on Odd Stuff channel, we have Billy Tucci. We're talking She and a bunch of awesome stuff. Until then, everybody have fun. We will talk to you later. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, picture me naked. Talk to you later. Peace.